All right, I'm live, everyone. It looks like I'm going to start in about 5 minutes, not less than that. If you're joining this, if you're coming to this as you're watching it, like after it was live, 3 minutes is when I'll start. So 3 minutes in, we just started. We're at 19 seconds. At 3 minutes, it'll start. I just wait for people to join. I don't even know if it's getting my getting me live on Instagram, but we'll see. We'll see about that. So the topic is going to be ask me anything about dating in Latin America. Be about Colombia, Brazil, how things have changed, modern dating, how I'm meeting these chicks, what are the best cities, what are the differences in cities, where have I been, where have I not been to, different things that I've heard. I don't know, like, am I even live on Instagram? All right. All right, I guess I'm live on IG now, I think. I don't know. If you're on IG, then, oh, we are live on IG. All right, cool. So we're going to start with the questions very, very soon. You guys can ask me anything about dating in Latin America. We have 11 people here on YouTube, and we have 30 on IG. So yeah, questions, guys. Questions about dating in Latin America. Is it better? Do I pay all the girls? Is it worse? Am I AI? Am I AI generated? Is this all just fake? A lot of you guys think I'm AI. You guys are really, really low IQ. All right. Someone says, from 1 to 10, how much easier is it to date over there compared to dating in the US? So if you want to get a chick that's like super mid, 1,000 times easier, right? If you want to pull up to Thailand, Philippines, wherever, even a country like Brazil, and you want to go for chicks that are like super mid and not that hot, then it's a lot easier, bro. Like orders of magnitude easier. If I wanted to, I'm just going to delay my answer because on my YouTube audience, I said I wouldn't start to about 3 minutes in. If they watch this, I don't want them to miss anything. So I'll address this question. I'll repeat that. I know I just kind of cut myself off mid-answer, but I have about 20 seconds left. But keep the questions coming in. I know I stopped answering that mid-question, or mid-answer, but I'll get back to that in just a second. 26 on IG, 15 on YouTube. Keep the questions coming in. Just drop your link in Austin's Discord. Oh, thank you. Okay, so now we're 3 minutes in. Now I'll start answering the question. Yeah, I cut myself off mid-sentence. So for YouTube people and everyone, I'll just pick up where I left off. Yes, if you want to date mid chicks that are not that hot in Thailand, Philippines, Brazil, Colombia, Asunción, Paraguay, almost any, Guadalajara, Mexico. It's a lot easier, bro. Like if I wanted to lower my standards and be with chicks that were like super mid, and I'm not even exaggerating, like time may be a factor, but let's say, I was one of those crypto nerds that just like got unlimited money because I bought Bitcoin back in 1997. Then I could have a new chick every single night, and that's no cap. Again, if like I have to work, I'm too busy, I'm too much of a crazy workaholic, but I could literally have a new chick every single night. But when you step up the quality, that's when it gets hard, right? Because there's not even that many girls. Like, think about it. Despite what people might have stereotypes about foreign women, Colombian women, Brazilian women, you don't just see these dimes everywhere. You see chicks that are like kind of like mad cute. And then guys will even accuse me on Instagram, like, oh, you just repost the same chicks. You just repost the same chicks. Yeah, no shit, dude. Because if I post anything less than a fucking 9, I get destroyed in the comments. Not that I even care, because I'll get destroyed in the comments anyway. They'll just say that I'm just paying them, which, of course I don't. So either way, I'm going to get destroyed, and no one's going to believe anything, or they'll fight. They always say they're a tranny. Like the hottest girls you've ever seen in your freaking life, they'll just say, oh, she's a tranny. every single girl I've ever posted, out of like 65 or 75 girls at this point, someone always says, oh, she's trans. But there's not that many of these girls, right? So they are hard when you step up the quality. But the thing is, it's like, it's not that they're, just to go back to answering the question, if you want to get a mid chick, it's super easy compared to the US. If like getting like a 5 or a chick, or a super like mid, not very attractive chick in the US, even they're still insanely entitled, which is fucking wild, but they're still insanely entitled, is maybe like still a 7 out of 10 or 6 out of 10 difficulty. In a foreign country, it's like a 2 out of 10. And then getting a beautiful chick in the US is maybe like a 10 out of 10 difficulty. And in a foreign country, depending on the country, depending on who you are, your height, your looks, your age, how strong your social media presence is, your in-person confidence, etc., all these things. But I'd say about a 7. So there you go. That's like my short, simple answer. You're going for mid chicks, about 2 out of 10 difficulty. And if you're going for a beautiful girl, 7 out of 10. And anyway, about 3 or 4 points. Anything is better than USA. All right, let's go to some of the YouTube. We're doing some of the Instagram now. Regarding Brazil, you tried beach game. Yeah, I did a video about my recent experience in Recife, which is my favorite city in Brazil. And I have a whole video coming out about it. And I did an interview with a chick there. She wasn't really my type. She kind of looked like a dime sitting down. And then she stood up and she was like my height. She was like 5'11". And actually in the video, she's standing on like a patch of sand that's like a little bit taller. She even looks like a little bit taller than me, but it is what it is. She was like very, very skinny. She's probably some guy's ideal type, but she's not mine. She wasn't super curvaceous, but she had a beautiful face. I interviewed her and it actually did turn into a date, but I don't, I'm not going to post that. I don't get like every girl's permission, obviously. But yeah, I picked up a girl on the beach in the city I'm in, which is Recife, Brazil. It's spelled Recife, but it's pronounced Recife because the R is an H sound. Sometimes, most of the time in Portuguese, but not all the time. If a word starts with an R, it's an H sound. But if it has R in the middle of the word, it's kind of an R-ish sound, but also an H sound. Portuguese is weird. But yes, I have done beach pickup and I will do more. It's just really hard for me to wear a hidden camera. And then even harder to get the girl's permission to post it afterwards. I've only done very few hidden camera pickups because one, that can just kind of get you in trouble. It's very easy to get canceled, and like other cultures don't always like it when you film women on a hidden camera. But I do like doing it, but it's like, I guess I could wear like a kind of a shirt, but whatever. I'm not going to reveal my methods on the hidden camera. Yes, I have done it. And I do like hidden camera or beach pickup. And you'll see me, I've done some interviews with the girls on the beach, and like most of them turn into a date afterwards. And you'll see that in the most recent Recife video and see more. I'm thinking of dating in Latin America, and I'm brown, CN 6'5" black guy from Canada. I heard it's racist for black guys in Latin America, Colombia, Brazil this year. No, those guys are all, I want to say the F word, but I can't on YouTube. They're all losers. They're all fucking worms. They're bottom feeders. Anybody who says that any race can't succeed in certainly Latin America is rage baiting you, is clickbaiting you, is a whiner, is a complainer, is a loser. I know a lot of like ugly guys who say like, oh, this city was hard. I didn't like do well in the city. And it's like, yeah, dude, like I can see why, like you look like a stiff breeze could blow you over. You're 130 pounds soaking wet. You have a neck beard. You're ungroomed. They're kind of like doing this weird like blinky thing when they're talking to me. And it's like, yeah, dude, like I get it why you like thought that place was hard. But dude, I don't know. Off topic a little bit. Black guys are like the S tier with women, dude. I don't know where in the world anybody gets the idea of like this victim mentality, like, oh, it's hard being a black guy in the dating scene, bro. Like, since when are black guys not perceived, like black dudes typically, not all of them, tall, muscular, they have some of that bad boy appeal. Black guys got attitude. In Spanish, they call it actitude. In Portuguese, I don't know, dude. They got the big dick stereotype. I don't know. Everywhere I've been to, I mean, all my friends are cool. All my friends are fucking alpha male winners, top of the food chain, just like me. So I don't know about other black dudes or any ethnicity that, but like every black dude I've traveled with has done fucking well everywhere. So I don't know. I'm gonna come back to the YouTube. Let's see if we got anybody new on Instagram that said anything. What about Dominican chicks? I've never been there. I heard that they're mostly just kind of fat and not super great. Okay, I'm just gonna check. Yeah, there's not a whole. I miss Brazil, but Cartagena, the women are easily accessible. I don't know, man. I feel like Cartagena is more if you're just like if you're more of a customer. Okay. Someone said Medellin question mark. You're late to the party, bro. I get it. You guys are new. So the only thing that I hear of people having like good experiences in Medellin still is the newbies, right? The guys that are wet behind the ears. They never left America. They're coming from, dude, yeah, like, okay, if you're coming from North Dakota, yeah, Medellin is going to be lit, bro. Medellin's going to be lit compared to North Dakota. But they come there, and most guys just go to trick. Like, I'll just be honest. 99 out of 100 dudes just go to trick because that's kind of what it is. They kind of built this Disneyland for adults that's based around drugs and prostitution. If they get mad at the locals that come to visit Mickey Mouse and Disneyland when they built Disneyland, like y'all motherfuckers built Disneyland. We're just here to meet Mickey Mouse. But anyway, they built this giant brothel in the middle of South America. They get mad when we come there. Low IQ, extremely dangerous. The locals hate you. But it's still better than like Vermont, bro. Yeah, it's still better than Wisconsin or Wyoming. So of course, and you're in like everyone, it got really popular on TikTok and IG Reels and all this stuff. And it's very marketable. It's close to the US, it's easily accessible. Like, bro, I've done direct flights there. Sometimes the planes just like fly slower for some reason, and sometimes they fly. I travel a lot. I've been from Miami to Medellin in 2 hours and 45 minutes. Like, it's close, it's cheap. One thing that you have to realize too about Medellin is that the few girls that aren't pay for play or will actually have sex with the guy for free still, which is not most of them, not most of the attractive ones anyway, is that you have a unique situation in Medellin that you don't have in too many other places where the women are beautiful, but the men are not. Right? Like, no homo. A lot of guys like, tall, blonde Swedish girls. It's not what I'm into, but like these like, tall, kind of statuesque, blonde hair, blue eyed Swedish girls, not my type. A lot of guys like that. But the men are also like that. So you're not gonna just like pull up in Sweden and like, oh, I want the tall, statuesque. Well, the men are tall, statuesque blondes. They're fucking Viking descendant warriors, right? But in Medellin, I call it the Medellin effect. The average Medellin guy are, paisas. Paisas are people from the entire state of Antioquia, which is the state of Colombia that Medellin is in. They're broke, they're weird, they're low IQ, they have an effeminate affect, they're short, they have no muscle mass, they don't treat women particularly well, and they're just kind of retards. So even though they have this big groupthink that's very much against foreigners and Western men, it's still easy to stand out compared to the local guy there. Because fuck, dude, like in the girl's mind, like, what is she thinking? Like, short, broke retard who isn't going to treat me well, or like gringo who's open-minded, totally different mentality, taller, better looking, etc. All these different things. So that's the one advantage of it. Whereas like Brazil, you got your competition cut out for you, especially if you're in a city like Rio or Sao Paulo. No homo. Like, there's big, good-looking dudes everywhere with money. In Medellin, there's not. They're all broke. They're all effeminate. All right. We're getting a shitload of questions on YouTube, guys. Okay, we're gonna have to do $5 and up super chats because I just can't keep up with the volume of questions here on YouTube. So I'll try to answer some of the old ones here on YouTube, and then after that, we're going to do $5 and up. How was El Salvador? I have dual citizenship and always considered moving there. El Salvador was lit. So I'll say one thing. Everybody has a different opinion of what physical beauty is, right? If your idea of physical beauty is a woman marked by uneven facial features, hollow eyes, crooked nose, overweight, then you might like the average woman there. But some people, and again, everyone's opinion of beauty is different, may say that the average genetics in El Salvador is kind of cooked. But if you can find a really beautiful girl, the personalities are amazing. So I myself wasn't super impressed with the local genetics, let's just say. It wasn't just common, like there's just stunners everywhere. in Colombia, and not everyone in Colombia, Medellin, Cartagena, Cali, and Barranquilla are going to be your best bet. And maybe like a small city none of you ever heard of called like Ibagué or some random cities you guys are never going to go to anyway. But the personalities were top tier. And the flake rate was the best I've ever seen in terms of like low flake rate. So before I went to El Salvador, I was only there for 2 weeks. I had met 3 girls, I think like 1 on Bumble and then 2 on Instagram or something like that. And all 3 showed up. And even girls that I met like while I was there, I don't think I ever got like flaked. I think maybe there's a couple girls where like we matched. A match on Instagram means you follow her, she follows back, and she's like responding to your DMs. That's like a match on Instagram. And maybe had a few where like we matched, back, forth, gone, back, forth, back. But like in terms of like girls I like had like long conversations with, they like all showed up. Loving, fun, in the moment. They were basically all in prison. Like El Salvador was basically one giant prison for the locals because of MS-13, the gang that ran the country. And now they're all free. They're free. They've been set free for the first time. And they just want to live life. They want to go out because they just couldn't before. The country was just too dangerous. But now they can. So that's pretty cool. So I would say what some might consider maybe you're not maximizing for the best genetics on looks. Some may disagree, but probably most would agree. But the personalities are top tier. So if you can find one that you like, you're going to get some of the best treatment there. I'll say an analogy that I always say, so I'll make it quick. Countries and cities tend to be like fighting games, at least a good fighting game. Like, Street Fighter tends to be balanced, right? So in Street Fighter, you may have like a character like Zangief. Zangief is very slow, but he hits hard. Then you may have a character like Dhalsim who like he does very little damage, but he's quick and he like zones you out. He's like, the range character. And then you have a character like Ryu who's balanced. Countries tend to be that way too. So in some countries, they may max out on personality and femininity and being loyal and just being like, what's the word? Not easy, but just like receptive and like they don't want to flake and they're just like, yo, let's what's the opposite of entitlement? Like chat, put in the word, what's the opposite of entitled? Just like humble, happy, I don't know, accepting. But like the looks may not be there. And then like for say like Medellin, you'd be maximizing for looks, but you'd be missing in every other stat, like IQ, wifey ability, not doing pay for play, not being a dumb druggy webcam model prostitute. And Medellin, you're the opposite of El Salvador, right? So it's like, and then there may be, and then I found Brazil tends to be a good balance of both, right? Brazil tends to be a good balance of both. Okay, remember guys, we're doing $5 and up super chats. IG live is paused. What the fuck's going on there? Gio, can you check my IG, see if it's live or whatever? Business partner check-in. Just let me know. Someone said my IG. What? Okay. How long did it take you to learn Spanish? About 4 or 5 years. Fresh is the darkest and he killing it. Yeah, going back to the black thing someone was saying. Fresh is blacker than my t-shirt and he crushes it. Think about Fresh is, Fresh wasn't like me, much like me. Fresh wasn't blessed with the physical attributes that many of us players need to succeed in this game. The thing about Fresh is he makes everybody around him feel good. And he speaks very well in person. Say what you will about him on camera. He does a lot. He contributes insane value to the Fresh and Fit podcast. Well, look, we all know Myron is like, the main speaker and, runs most of the show. Fresh always says, I do look behind the scenes. I do look behind the scenes. He does, and he really does. But he's not like the most A-tier talker on camera on a podcast. But in person, he's different. And he's still a pretty good talker. And like, I'm not talking shit. Like Fresh is still like a pretty good communicator and talker. And he still cooks, bro. He still cooks and he's come a long way and he's a good talker. But in person, my point being is like, he's even more smooth and fly. And he just makes everyone like feel really good about him, around him, I mean, and about him. And girls just kind of melt into his frame. His frame is just like, if you guys ever saw that episode of Rick and Morty, where they go to the alien spa and they get the toxic traits sucked out of them. And then Morty's just like going around. He's like, he'll just cure cancer. Not literally, but he's just like a walking Make-A-Wish foundation, just with his personality. He's just like, oh, like you could do it, Jenny. Like you didn't think you could play the piano. Like if piano comes from within. She's like, oh, I can't play the piano. Like that's fresh. He's like the girl's like, yeah, I don't know what to do with my life, and I'm a little bit lost, and I changed majors twice. And then Fresh will just be like, oh, well, I'm sure you figure it out. I mean, you're a smart girl. You get head and shoulders, and it just takes time. And she's like, you know what? You're right. And then like she'll start feeling really good. And I don't know, like Fresh, I can't. I'm probably doing a terrible job of explaining this. But he does a really good job in person, despite being insanely dark. And Fresh is not a bad looking guy, but he's just not a Chad or a Tyrone, as it were. I'm sitting beside a 50-year-old eating dinner with a 10 out of 10 paisa at a restaurant in Medellin. Steven Smith. Shout out to Steven Smith. Steven Smith, you want me to show your Instagram? Just say yes or no. I've shown it many times before. And look, who knows if that guy's a customer, right? Like the 50-year-old guy, because it's Medellin, I'm 99% sure he's a customer. But like if this was like another place, who says just because he's with a 10 out of 10 and he's 50 years old that he's a customer? Okay, there's a couple old legacy questions. We got a super chat, and then I'll get to some of the old legacy questions. But from now on, boys, I'll do a few. I'll be selective on that. Like I'll answer all questions if it's a $5 super chat and up on YouTube. And then as far as Instagram and everything else goes, okay, Panama. I see some. I'll get to some of the Instagram stuff in a second too. But we're giving priority to the $5 super chats. Joe Dagger, what do you think is the future of dating in the USA? Young men will turn to AI girls, or the passport women become totally mainstream? Great question. So I'll answer the last part first and just go through all the points. I think the passport bro movement is already mainstream. Maybe my point of view is skewed. I mean, you guys, I think pretty much everyone here on YouTube follows me on Instagram, right? I do. I'm like the king of rage bait, bro. I am the passport bro final boss, bro. I am the rage bait final boss. So you guys know what type of content it is. So obviously my circle and the people I connect with is going to be a lot of passport bros and whatnot. And in my sense, like, I feel like everyone with a working dick, high testosterone, who's in a place where their life where they've made dating and finding a wifey or just having a lot of sex, whatever you're into, a priority, has already done it. Even like dating coaches, like friends of mine have like pushed back a little bit. Like my good friend Austin Summers, he was never like anti-passport or anything like that, but he would kind of like, politely like push back on the movement, like, well, maybe you want to be in your own homeland with your own culture, where you speak the same language, where you live close to all your friends, where you live close to your family. I think I already says where you can speak your native language, where you don't have to worry about residency and visa and all. Like I get that has its appeal. Like, look, speaking English, having Amazon, having Whole Foods, being around high IQ people. Like my parents went to a restaurant the other day and they said they were served by like robots. Like I want to be served by. I'm not going to be served by robots at a restaurant anytime soon here in Brazil. So in my mind, it is going mainstream, and it'll just continue to go more. Remote work, it's coming. It's not. I'm not at a restaurant, by the way. So it's just it's so funny that the assumptions that people make. What restaurant you sitting at? In what world do you think that this is a restaurant? I just have like my tablet and like clearly like all my anyway. I think it already is, kind of becoming mainstream. More remote work, and it's coming soon. I'm going to partner with somebody, and we're going to teach you schmucks how to make money online. Don't ask me anything about it yet, but it's coming soon. I'm just seeing. I think the best avenue is going to be remote setters and closers, but we'll come to that. And what do you think of the future of dating in the U.S.? Yes, I think men will turn to the AI girlfriends. Like Grok already had a companion. I think in Japan they're very far ahead of that because number one, the Japanese are just insanely good with tech. And there's like a necessity. They call them like plant men. I think it's like the rough English translation of guys who basically given up on dating. Like their version of incels, they call them like herbivores or like plant men or something like that. Plant man means they're like giving up on dating. I don't want to scare you guys and like whatever. I'm just going to be honest, but I don't want to scare you guys. Dating is a bear market, meaning it's going down. You guys know what like investing terms, bull and bear market. I'm no investing person, right? But I believe I'm saying it right, God. So I don't know anything about investing. A bull market is when things go up. Like, a bull market in Bitcoin is when Bitcoin is appreciating and going up in value. A bear market is when market's going down. Dating is just getting tougher and tougher. Every day women become more entitled. They become more masculine. They get more tattoos. They get more piercings. They get more sugar daddies. And another thing that I've noticed is that when women have the same rights and money as men, they no longer need men, thus they no longer have attraction. I talked about this in my last live stream, so I'll make it quick. I had a girlfriend one time where obviously I was bigger than her, taller than her, stronger than her, smarter than her, better at solving problems than her. I spoke more languages than her. I had traveled to more places and had more culture than her. And of course, I out-earned her by a factor of like a bajillion to one. And she was like, damn, this guy's like superior to me in every way. My, pussy gets wet for this guy. I want to be with this guy, right? And that's how it should be. Women are designed biologically to want to mate with men that are, the leaders, the chiefs. Something like 2/3 of all women throughout history have reproduced, but only 1/3 of men have. Women are naturally more selective, and we don't balance that out by like making them need a man to get a bank account, get a credit card. I'm not saying I have all the answers. I'm not saying we can go back. I think once you open Pandora's box, you can't just like take back, women's right to have a bank account and property now. I'm not saying that. But it did fuck dating, right? Because they don't need men. And if a guy just wants a chick at his level, like he takes them, 6'1", fairly athletic dude, and you put a chick that's pretty cute, pretty hot, and doesn't give him headaches, fucks him really good, doesn't cause any drama in his life, and he's gonna be happy. But the chick, again, she wants a guy who's smarter, who's wittier, who's funnier, who makes more money, who's taller, who's stronger, who solves problems better, who's more useful to society, who has higher status. And now that women are outearning men in the US and these Western countries, it's just going to create a shit dynamic. It's just destroyed everything. So yeah, I think dating in the US is cooked. I think it's like borderline unethical to be a dating coach and not tell guys at least that like, hey, there's this passport bro option. Like, look, if you want to stay in the US and date, that's fine. About 50% of my clients are in the US. Shameless plug, I automate guys' dating lives. So what we do is we build guys a high status social media presence. And then we, okay, I'm gonna show Steven's profile because this is a good example. So we build guys a really high status social media presence. You guys will see what I'm talking about. Let me just open up a new tab here. Share screen. I can only share a certain tab. Okay, Chrome tab, new tab, share. Okay, cool. This is Steven's Instagram. So if Steven was in your city and he said, hey man, you don't know me, but I'm in your city. I want to get a drink with you. I want to get a beer with you. This is Steven, by the way. This guy on the far right, that's Steven. 100% of you would say yes, right? You'd be like, oh, sure, man. Like, of course I'll get a drink with you. But like, who are you? Because he looks fun. He looks social. He looks rich. He's got hot girls with him. He's got cool friends with him. Steven, why are like half of your photos archived, by the way? What the fuck, dude? You had way more photos than this. What the fuck are you doing, my friend? But yeah, so point being, these are good photos, but there was even more photos. So we built you a high status social media presence like Steven's, and then we can get a virtual assistant in your account that finds girls for you based on what you like. So if you tell us, hey, you want big booty black chicks that you dabble in the dark, we'll find you that. If you tell us, hey, I want, the opposite, I want skinny blondes, we'll find you that. And then there's a script that the VA follows, that the virtual assistant follows. Again, he's logged into your socials. He's logged into your Instagram. He's logged into your Tinder. He's logged into your Bumble. And he's sourcing these girls for you. And half the people that we service are still in the US. And the other half are, of course, overseas. Someone said Ecuador. Again, let me just, I'll share my screen here just to kind of make my point. Everyone's tastes, differs a bit. I'm just going to open up a new tab. Okay, cool. Let me just put, Ecuadorian woman. I'll find out a good example of what I saw there. Yeah, let's just go with this. That's obviously, I think she's like extremely young, right? So maybe not the best example. Let's try to find an older Ecuadorian woman. Yeah. This is for the most part, okay, I'm just gonna find a way to zoom in here. This is for the most part what I saw. So everyone's tastes may vary. I don't dictate what makes an attractive woman or not. But I wouldn't recommend Ecuador, bro. I would not recommend Ecuador. If you're looking at this and you're like, hey, I want to pause a live stream and pull out a bottle of lube and start going after yourself after you saw this woman, more power to you. But that's what I saw in Ecuador. I was not too impressed. Okay. There's no more super chats, boys, so I'm just going to be selective on the questions that I want to answer. We'll try to find some from, IG. Again, if you want, preference on your question, $5 and up super chat. Someone says, I am a remote closer, been doing it for years now, training a bit, a fractional closer, close 107K last month. That's great, but what did you make on that? Because fuck what you closed. Do you mean like your take home was 107K? Because your take home was 107K, but I don't think that's what you're saying. What was your commission on that 107K? Because that's all that matters, right? Height an issue there? Yeah, dude, it is. But depending on where you go, the women will be a lot shorter, right? So someone was talking, I don't know when you guys joined the stream, but in El Salvador, I think like most of the women I met and talked to were around the, I mean, there's a lot of chicks that are around like 5 feet tall in El Salvador, right? So if you're like 5'4", you'll be okay in El Salvador. You'll still be about 4 or 5 inches tall. You'll be about like average height if you're like 5'5" in El Salvador. But then again, like in the city I'm in, Recife, Brazil, it's like the opposite. People are fucking tall here, dude. Like I'm 5'11". I've went on a date with a lot of chicks that are like my height or very, very close to it. Like there's been chicks where I'm like eye to eye, like eye level with them. How do girls differ from Cali, Colombia to Medellin and Bogota? Okay, good question. Let's go through all this. Let's check for super chats. Yeah, no new super chats. That's fine. Okay, cool. So Cali, Medellin, and Bogota. Bogota, again, it's like the fighting game analogy, right? If you guys just joined, I made this analogy that in a good fighting game, the characters will be balanced. All these cities are kind of balanced. So in Bogota, you're maximizing for intellect. Personality, I don't have too much experience. They're called rolas or Bogotanas, rolas, whatever you want to call them. I don't have a shitload of experience with them, but I do know that the few girls that I've dated from Bogota had personalities that were orders of magnitudes better than the Pisces. Less entitled. Like there's one girl in particular, Victoria, this chick that I dated, and this was like the perfect woman as if she was made in the lab, right? This woman was, so I brought her to Cartagena. She was bisexual. We were fucking girls together the entire time. Any girl that I wanted to fuck, she's like, okay. It gives her like something like, it gives her those girls that cap that say like, oh, I'm bisexual, but it's fucking cap. She was not one of those girls. And she was just down for anything. If we'd be in a big group with like all my friends talking in English and she didn't speak any English, sometimes I'd like translate. So she understood like, oh, they're talking about this and this. And then like she'd say something in Spanish and I would like say that to the group and the group would all talk about something. And I'd say what we talked about and I'd translate back to her. And she could be like included by way of me kind of like translating. I wasn't like every single word, like translating every little thing, but I'd make sure she felt at least somewhat included, at least somewhat aware of what's going on. And then sometimes I'd be fucking lazy and I just like, yeah, like we're just, and then she just like entertained herself. She'd like take selfies and edit this, put filters on them and like post them or, talk to her friends. She was never like, why aren't you including me in the conversation? Like, why aren't you translating for me anymore? She was just happy and grateful to be there. And look, you can find an exception of a girl like that in Medellin. It always comes down to individual level, but I wouldn't say it was like super common to find a girl that's like just generally like super grateful and happy. That's from Medellin. That's more of a, at least that's a Victoria thing. I can't say if all the girls from Bogota are like that, but you're maximizing for intellect, but the appearance on average ain't it. It's also very cold, gray, kind of a terrible city, a lot of crime, terrible weather, high altitude. You go up 2 flights of stairs and you're like, you're out of breath because there's no oxygen there. Medellin, you guys know my thoughts on Medellin. I'll make it super quick. Low IQ, drug, prostitution. They hate foreigners. And it looks good in the marketing. You'll see beautiful girls everywhere. And any girl that you date, every gringo is such a fucking retard. They say the same thing. But this girl, she doesn't date foreigners. I'm the first. Bro, like, you are not the first foreigner that I'm so fucking sick of hearing this shit. I'm the first gringo she dated. Like, bro, you have no idea. I have this friend one time and he says like, oh, I'm getting like, the pinnacle of women and this and that. And he's a cool guy. He's a bit arrogant. He kind of wants everybody to know, like, acknowledge that he gets hotter girls than everybody else. And in some sense he kind of does, but he's in Medellin and it's like, bro, sure. Like, I don't want a 10 out of 10. Like, the chicks that he dates, like, they'll like throw lamps at him. They'll get like randomly to make up stories. He won't text them for a few hours because he's like in monk mode working, plugged in. He's like in deep work, locked in. And then like he'll have like scars or like bruises. I'm like, what happens? Like, oh, bitch, like beat me with a lamp. I'm like, dude, like, you're not dating the pinnacle of woman. Okay, I get it. She's got a perfect face, a tiny waist, and a fat ass, and she's 21, big eyes, straight teeth, like, I get it, bro, but like, she's beating your ass with a fucking lamp at night, dude. Like, she probably couldn't name 4 or 5 countries. She could probably name Colombia, Venezuela, Mexico, and then Spain. Like, that'd be it. She couldn't name beyond those like 4 or 5 countries. Basic facts about life. If you said like, hey, have you heard of like Chat GPT? She'd be like, what's Chat GPT? So that's Medellin. And then Cali. It's been a long time since I've been to Cali, but from my understanding, they're not as hot as Paisas, the girls from Medellin on average, but probably like a bit of a more livable, better Medellin. Like, not as hot, but like a bit more real, a bit more down to earth, a good bit less entitled, a good bit friendlier, a good bit less likely to be in prostitution, etc. Okay, again, I'm just kind of like hand-picking questions here. Again, you guys can jump to the front if Joe Dagger, bunch of emojis. Did you send another one? No, we just got that one from him. Thank you, Joe. Okay, let's see here. I'm just looking for a question that I like. You're basically blowing money on fancy dates with hot girl. Bogota is all mids. Yeah, Bogota is all mids. 11K commission is not bad. Okay, Steven's in here talking a lot about sales and stuff. Yeah, let me know who's getting in the chat. How many of you schmucks follow what I do? You really, really want to get out there to Brazil, somewhere in Colombia, other than Medellin, for God's sakes, but you just can't make a remote income. Let me know in the chat if you're interested in making, because I'm going to find a guy who's one of the top people at this. I'm going to vet the guy. I'm going to go through his course myself, make sure he's legit. And I'm going to partner up with him and we'll do like a 50-50, something like that. I know a thing or two about setting and closing as well. And maybe I'll even, teach a little bit too, but I want to get you guys, I want to find like the trusted best authority on this subject and partner with him and get you schmucks, escaping masculinity of the West and get you guys overseas to where it's not that the women are easier. It's just that your value goes up. I'll say that again. It's not that the women are easier. Your value just goes up. Someone said, been to Asuncion, but it sucked. Is Florianopolis much better? So I have a love-hate relationship with Asuncion. Talk about Asuncion for a bit. For me anyway, for what I like, and everyone likes different things. Asuncion, Paraguay had the worst personalities of anywhere that I've ever been. I found one of 2 extremes in Asuncion and one of 2 extremes only. Either they had no personality, the point we wanted to shake them, like, hello, is there anybody there? Like, knock, knock. Do you have an opinion? Can you talk? Are you capable of stringing a few sentences together? Right. And as beautiful as they were, you just get bored. I'm talking like absurd bad personality, the point where you can't even stick it out to a second or third date to have hot, passionate sex. And actually, in the bedroom, they were, I'd say, yeah, the girls that I had in Paraguay were the best in the bedroom that I've ever had, even better than Brazilians, which is crazy. Beautiful. It also, I'd say, Asunción and Paraguay had one of the most common, like, beauty everywhere. But anyway, back to the personalities. The other extreme was the combative personality. They weren't necessarily masculine, but utterly, if you guys know what a shit test is when girls say things like, oh, you have a big old beard, huh? You know, I actually don't like guys with beards. I get like one girl every 2 years that says she doesn't like facial hair. And actually, this happened to me in Asuncion in particular. She was saying, like, you're so white. Why don't you get a tan? Why don't you shave your beard? You would look better without it. Why don't you get tattoos? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Like, you're breathing wrong. The way you're sitting is bad. Like, everything was a fucking shit test. And needless to say, it never went past the first date. She was like an 8. She was drop dead, stunning, gorgeous, better off cold approach. And I never really got any normal girls there. And then also, I don't care what anybody says about Asuncion, you've all been lied to. The pay for play there is just as bad as Medellin. Now, listen, if you're a young Chad, I heard stories about, I won't say his name or his social media, but he's like some Asian, I think he's like half Asian, but he just looks full Asian, but maybe he's half. Influencer dude, maybe I'll get him on a live stream sometime, that apparently did there and did like fucking incredible. And it's like, yeah, I get it. You know, young, jacked, extremely good looking, extremely rich Asian guy. And I know other ethnicities do better in Asunción because they don't see them. Like, they don't really care about white guys because they're kind of like white. They're like the more like white Latinas anyway. They have a lot of like European descent. So it's like they don't really care. Like, they're like, oh, you're white, like so am I, kind of. And like no white guys I know like ever did really well there. But like black guys and Asian guys and other like more exotic ethnicities did. And this guy apparently did very well in Asuncion. And it's like, cool, kind of like, no shit, I guess. And I can't say for certain, but I would be, you know, shocked. I'm 99% sure he didn't pay for anything. You never really know, but 99.9% can say it's verified this guy didn't, you know, pay for anything. But outside of that, dude, if you're a like normal guy like me, you're going to have your work cut out for you because they don't just like love foreigners. Like, you'll get a lot of like front end, like a lot of follow backs on Instagram, a lot of answers to your DMs. And then just kind of realize, even if you're getting some first dates, you'll kind of realize like, okay, I got nothing on the first. That's another thing. They're very weird about like hooking up on the first date. Very rarely will a Paraguayan girl have sex with on the first night. Now, some idiot's going to type in the chat, but I had sex on the first night in Paraguay once. Okay, I get it, dude. So have I. So have I. I'm just saying, like, in other countries, it's damn near guaranteed. But in Paraguay, it usually takes like the third date. And you'll have a lot of girls that flake you before the first date and a lot of girls that flake you after the first date. The amount of girls that like, we go on a date, maybe we hook up, maybe we don't. And like, I want to see them again, but they don't want to see me again. Happens like, I think in Brazil, it's happened in 2 years. I think there's like 3 girls over 2 years with an insanely active dating life where I'm like, oh damn, like she ghosted me. Why? Like, I thought we got along pretty well. And who knows? Maybe she had a boyfriend. Like, you just never, maybe she died. Like, I don't know. When someone ghosts you, assume that they're alive, but maybe they're dead. No, but in Asunción, that happened to me like with virtually every girl. And I found out it's because they want money. They go at the foreigner and they're like, well, certainly he's going to offer me money, right? And then when you don't offer them money, a lot of them just like bounce. But overall, like, I wouldn't say I hate Asunción. Like, I think if you're like a very good looking guy, you're tall, you're rich, you're not white, especially, but even if you are a good looking white guy, you can make it work. But just understand you are going to deal with a lot of pay for play. And it is one of these rare places, I think, where they are a bit more superficial on looks, kind of like American women. Like, every dating market has its nuances. Versus like, you go to a place like Asia and you'll see dudes that look like they were like anally birthed, just killing it in fucking Asia. You know what I mean? Like Philippines and shit like that. Okay. Okay, just looking for more questions. Just again, $5 and up if you guys want to jump. I'm just looking for questions that I like. Is there any correlation between the population of the city and the quality of the women? For example, is a city between 60 to 20K, sorry, 60 to 200K have a better quality dating pool than a 2 million plus city? I'll put this thing on the screen. By the way, you have a $20 super chat. I'll get to your super chat in a second, sir. Is there any correlation? So when you say the quality of the dating pool, I'll answer that in two ways. Quality in terms of personality is generally better the smaller the city. And the quality of looks, obviously in a bigger city, you just have more beautiful women. We have more people. You just have literally more people. There's more chance for like the cream to rise to the top, or so to speak. I have coined this term the small town strategy. This is not a new thing. I didn't invent it. David Bond has been talking about this, and there were probably a million guys talking about it before David Bond and whatever. It's kind of an obvious thing. I just coined the term small town strategy, which I think is very clever, and I think it rolls off the tongue. And it's just exactly what it sounds like. The small town strategy is when you go to smaller towns where social media and rich dudes haven't ruined the women. The problem with big cities is that it's too dense. It's unnatural to have 4 or 5, sometimes 15 million plus people crammed together in a tiny metropolitan area, and then a social media algorithm that shows any chick that's fucking average or above, rich, jacked, tall dude after amazing dude after amazing dude after amazing dude after amazing dude, and they're seeing the most charismatic, well-spoken, well-dressed, well-kempt, whatever guys. That's not natural. They become entitled, they become arrogant, their egos get inflated, and their standards become comically high. Even in places like, say, Guadalajara. I did not like Guadalajara. I'll talk more about Guadalajara later, but so yeah, that's my answer, right? In a small town, you're more likely to go crazy from boredom. You're more likely to kind of get depressed and lonely because you won't be able to convince your friends to come there. You're not going to make friends with locals, bro. Like us passport bros, we're a special breed. We're highly ambitious. We're highly intelligent. We're into things like, creating SOPs for our business and working out and tracking our body fat percentage, and we follow people like high level influencers like the Tates or like Casey Redbeard. And you're not going to make friends with the locals, dude. The locals in small towns in Colombia like still fornicate with donkeys. That's not an exaggeration. That's not cap. That's not me shitting on Colombia because I had a bad experience there. Men in small towns in coastal Colombia still to this day fornicate with animals. So good luck making friends with the locals there. But yeah, like when like your competition is like a guy who literally has sex with animals, obviously you're going to stand out as like the better option. But in a big city, you're going to have nice restaurants and better infrastructure. Like, dude, and sometimes in small towns, you literally can't even catch an Uber. Like, if you want to Uber a chick home, like she's just stuck. I've had girls just get trapped, just like they're just stuck at my place because there's literally no one driving Uber at 12 a.m. to take them home. They just can't get home. There's just no one driving at the taxis. Like there's nothing. But in the big cities, yeah, they're going to be more entitled. Okay, we have a $20 super chat. Thank you, sir. The WAF. How do I? Okay, so let me put it on screen here. Okay. Planning on moving to Sao Paulo. I have 350,000 that I can use to buy a house. Where do you recommend that is safe and fun? Cool, Theo. Okay. First of all, I would say maybe reconsider about Sao Paulo. Maybe choose Recife, Fortaleza, Rio over Sao Paulo, just for the simple fact that again, everyone differs. I'm going to open up my my tab again here. You guys probably think this is hilarious. I think this is hilarious. everyone has a different opinion of what an attractive woman looks like, but in Sao Paulo specifically, I'm gonna put up some B-roll. And this is not like, you know, super selective B-roll or anything like this. Is like very much just like, you know, the average of what you see around Sao Paulo. So if you're, I think when I play this, it's going to play choppy. Like on my screen, it's like playing back smoothly. But I think when you guys see it, it's going to play back, you know, kind of choppy. This is what you see in Sao Paulo. They're called Paulistas, you know, Paulistas, whatever you want to call it. I think this video is kind of cooked, but okay, there you go. There's that, which I don't know if it's put it like a 1 or just let me know in the chat. Just say like, hey, the video's good, video quality good, video quality bad. Again, I know it's playing a little bit, you know, choppy or whatever, but at least just let me know in the chat. Video quality was good or video quality was bad. This is like your typical Paulista, right? And again, I don't make the rules. I'm not judging these women. I'm not going to call them, you know, whatever. This is, you know, you guys make your own judgments. But the overwhelming majority of the women you're going to see kind of look like this. Now, if you're salivating, you think like, oh, damn, like these girls are really hot, then I guess you think they're hot. If you think they're unattractive, you think they're unattractive. Again, I don't, I'm not going to call it any opinion or anything like that, but I'll let you, you know, so let's be honest. Some people may not think that they're the most attractive genetically. So because the genetics there, you know, some people may say isn't like, you know, the best on average. The few girls that are like really, really beautiful, they usually come with a price, unfortunately. And I find in other cities, every other city I've been to in Brazil has a less of a problem with pay for play. Sao Paulo has the greatest problem of pay for play. Now it's still better than Miami. It's still better than New York City. But Sao Paulo specifically, compared to other cities in Brazil, is like the worst for pay for play culture. So maybe think about that. Now again, I can tell by the tiny photo, you seem to be a pretty good looking dude. You'll probably do fine there, but you just may do even better in another place. The best neighborhoods are Pinheiros, Jardins, and Itaim Bibi. Anything near Parque Ibirapuera. I'm just going to put here anything relatively close to Parque Ibirapuera. Try saying that 5 times fast. Ibirapuera. Parque Ibirapuera. 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 So that would be, like I said, Jardins, Pinheiros, maybe Via Olympia. I already said Itaim Bibi. They all have different vibes. I like the area, you know, pretty. I believe it's called Jardins, like gardens. Jardin is garden. I think Jardins is my favorite. And I would definitely go there. It's quiet. Pinheiros is like a fucking construction site, just like noise pollution. Like sometimes just be like irritated, and I don't know why. I'm like in Brazil. I'm like, why am I fucking mad? I'm in Brazil. And then this like jackhammer that's been on for the last hour and a half finally stops, and I'm like, because I kind of like I'm like I'm like, why am I irritated? Like I'm fucking pissed, but my mind is like tuning out the jackhammer in the background, but I don't know why I'm like fucking just like angry. And then it turns off and it's quiet. And I'm like, oh, that's why I was mad and hating life. There was a jackhammer that I wasn't even aware of because I live in Pinheiros, this fucking construction site. So yeah, I put it in the chat for you there, buddy. Yeah, so I'd say Jardins. And then you can get around pretty quickly. You know, Itaim Bibi is probably like a $5-10 Uber. No, 5-10 minute drive, maybe like a $2-3-$4 Uber. And Itaim Bibi is where it pops. I haven't been to either Florianopolis or Belo Horizonte. Belo Horizonte. I'll tell you what I do know about these cities. So Florianopolis is small, 400,000 people. It's an island. You may know that already. The tattoo problem is absolutely the worst in probably the world. It's absolutely out of control. Virtually every girl looks like graffiti. Looks like she was spray painted, like a gang neighborhood, just just like butterflies. It's always a butterfly. I'm gonna do a whole video on the butterfly tattoo. It's always a butterfly tattoo, and it's always on the tricep. Now that I said that, you guys will know it's always a butterfly tattoo. It's always on the tricep. And they're of like Polish, French descent, along with German and obviously some, or like Lithuanian too. I don't know. They're like Europeans, obviously with some what you would call like Brazilian. You know, the black, the morena, the indigenous. People say that it's like the hottest girls in Brazil. These are like the guys who like worship white women for like no reason at all. Like I don't know why. Like even I thought like most guys have like evolved and like outgrown like the little like white girl phase, but like whatever. Some guys apparently still like white chicks. So, you know, bunch of a lot of you brown fuckers like white chicks. So again, for you fuckers who are like lost and like white chicks, you might find it the best, but very cliquey, very social circly. I can't show his face. I wonder this guy will fucking relax. But I have a friend who's like literally a Portuguese fitness model. He's got a 10 out of 10 face. He's got a 10 out of 10 body, and he didn't do that well in Florianopolis. He's found to be extremely cliquey. Like if you're not, and he's Portuguese. He's not Brazilian, but he is Portuguese. So he spoke native Portuguese, just with a different accent. And he didn't do that well there. Belo Horizonte, also more white Brazilians. A friend said that the local genetics there is a little cooked, but I know I dated a girl that was cute as fuck from there, and she had a great, bright, vibrant personality. So I think Belo Horizonte, you're going to get more of like less pay for play, better personality. Belo Horizonte is not a small city by any means, but like smaller city vibes in like Rio or Sao, like less entitlement, like a massive city. And I think overall, like Minas Gerais, girls from Minas, there's a lot of hot girls out there for sure. I don't know how common it is. That's like always two different questions, right? Like Sao Paulo has the most beautiful girls in Brazil are all in Sao Paulo. It's because they go there to to work, if you know what I'm saying. So Sao Paulo has like by far the hottest girls in Brazil, but they're not from there. The local genetics isn't that good. And you know, Belo Horizonte, I mean, it can't be worse than Sao Paulo, to be honest. But yeah, I don't really know a lot about this, but that's what I do know about those places. But they're on my list. Okay, outside of Paulo, you win. Okay, so yeah, my favorite cities, I'm gonna put them in the chat for you. My favorite cities are, okay, so I would say like Rio is best. I'm typing this out for you. Rio is best bet for like overall balance of like, you know, there's some attractive girls, there's foreigners, there's restaurants, there's a vibrant scene. It's big. Beach city, which is really nice. Beach cities in Brazil go hard, bro. Like beach cities go fucking hard in Brazil, bro. You probably want to do a beach city of all things. And then my others, I'll say Recife is the best I've seen for dating so far, but you have to like thick brown girls. Now they have white girls. They have girls that are tan, light skinned, you know, brown-ish. But most of them are going to be like morena and like black. You know what's funny? Recife has almost no like black chicks, like actually like black, but they have a lot of like, you can tell that like they're like a third or fourth or half black. Just kind of, they're all like mulatto, they're all mixed, which is kind of like the hottest. I haven't sent this message, but I'm typing it. Fortaleza is good, I'll say for women, but only has one nice area, which is called Beira Mar, which is amazing. It's like they did this huge beach, this huge boardwalk. There's like a skate park on one end of it. The beach is massive. There's a restaurants, acai. There's like a little track where people kind of jog and run and walk their dogs, and little shops and people riding bikes, and it's huge, and there's just police everywhere. Like ain't nobody getting fucking robbed on Beira Mar. And it's just massive. But that's all you're going to see in Fortaleza. The second you get out of Beira Mar, you're talking like stray dogs, dog poop, down power lines, crime, robbery. So you're not going anywhere. And then Manaus, I would say best foreigner advantage. But like I would say terrible livability though. And then I haven't been to Florianopolis or whatever. That should be a good starter for you. Okay. Yeah, someone says my favorite country, actually, North Korea. And my favorite spot is Parque Asia. All right, remember, okay, cool. We got Kobe in the house. What's up, Kobe? Yeah, Kobe, dude. Kobe's being sarcastic, guys. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. People are low IQ with this. Like all of them. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what the fuck are you like? Do you know who the fuck I am? Do you know what my social media looks like? Do you know what my confidence is? Do you know how much of my time I've curated, knowing how to walk up to women, approach them, hold good eye contact, be funny, be charming, not be weird, how to automate my whole dating life, how to put another man whose entire ability to pay rent and feed his kids relies on booking me dates. Like these people are so low IQ, they just can't get it. Number one, maybe they're stuck in the US with girls that with threes that are super entitled. Like one, maybe you're coming from that thing. You just don't see how going overseas that a fairly normal looking guy could date beautiful women. And here's the thing you guys got to understand is like, I'm not normal looking. Like I look way better than the average dude walking down the fucking street, number one. I'm in good shape. I'm 5'11", but even let's say I'm chopped, bro. Let's just go with that. Let's just go with that there. I'm fucking chopped. My eyes are too close together. My nose has a kink in it. My hair transplant is fucked up. Let's go with that theory. Has ever been in a group chat where you're all arguing over like who's the hottest chick, and some guys like the big booty Latina, and some guys like the skinny blonde and whatever. Andrew Tate apparently hates big booty Latinas. A rare L for the top G. He's like, you want a Russian Barbie, but you can't get it because you're a brokey. So you go, oh, I know, I want a Mexican. Like, you guys seen that video of his? It's been going viral. Believe it or not, if you run enough fucking volume, if you're approaching women all day, every day where you see them, every instance, you're at the bank, I live right on the beach. There's a little boardwalk at the beach. You're at the boardwalk at the beach. You're at the mall. You're at the food court. You're hitting on girls everywhere you go, and an assistant is running shit in the background for you, sometimes on multiple dating apps and multiple Instagram accounts. Do you think it's possible that even if I'm universally not handsome across the board, that I'm handsome to 5 to 10% of women, especially in a foreign country where they've never seen a red beard and blue eyes before? Do you think that's maybe possible? Do you also think that the fucking status that I portray on my Instagram maybe plays a role? Do you think women fantasize about struggle and working and grinding? They want to be Elon Musk or Gary Vee? Or do you think that they look at, a guy's social media like mine and think, oh, damn, this guy could actually upgrade my life? Like what characteristics does this look like? A boring, antisocial, weird, broke loser? Or does this guy look like James fucking Bond? Does he look interesting, suave, successful, like low-key, kind of jacked? Like, dude, I'm not saying I'm Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger, but like low-key kind of fucking swole, bro. Like, I get where you guys are coming from, some of you guys. You guys can't even hold fucking eye contact with a chick. You guys got fucking 2 car selfies. Maybe you pet a tiger on Xanax in Thailand, or you caught a fish off the coast of Florida, and you're holding up your fish. Here's the fish I caught. I caught a fish. I'm holding a fucking microphone, bruh. This is a fake podcast. In Portuguese, they call it fake cast. Não é podcast de verdade, fake cast. A fake cast. Why do I have a fake cast or a fakey cast? Because what does that fucking communicate to a fucking chick? Losers don't get invited on podcasts. Oh, Redbeard, you're so ugly. Fucking jacked, jawline, V. Look at this V taper. Look at this shit, dude. Fuck out of here. Do you pay these girls? How many of them were truly for free? Now, if you're talking about like truly for free in terms of like, I didn't pay their Uber, I didn't spend so much as a cent, I didn't buy them a fucking glass of water. Zero girls in my fucking life. If I pulled a girl home from a fucking nightclub in Los Angeles when I was 21, that was my gas in the gas tank of my fucking car that I drove. No girl is ever truly free. If that's what you mean. Fucking weirdos. Fuck out of here. Why don't I like Guadalajara, Mexico? The flake rate was the craziest I've ever seen. I have a friend, one of my business partners, his like parents are from Guadalajara. He's born and raised in the US, but he's full Tapatio, if you know what that means. He's full Mexican Tapatio. And he does well there because they just see him as one of his own. But he says that, like, I went there with my good-looking German friend, Paul, who looks like what Hitler's like dream master race was, like the Aryan, blonde hair, blue eyes. And like, dude, like cougars, say cougars, not like actually like hot cougars, but like older chicks would like whistle at us, cat call us as they drive by. People would ask us for selfies. Random girls would flirt with us everywhere we went. We'd get smiles. But at the end of the day, when it came time for a date, they just all flake on us. Like Paul and I would like literally cold approach, dating app, Instagram. It didn't matter. Those are like the three. We didn't have social circle, right? Because we were new in town. But like of cold approach, dating app, and Instagram, it didn't matter. The flake rate was one of the worst I've ever seen. And look, I get it. Like I can make Guadalajara work. Beautiful girls though. It's gorgeous girls there, but they're also very fresa, which means like, what's the word for fresa in English? Like stuck up, entitled, I guess, is like a spoiled, kind of like a, yeah, I guess like spoiled, malcriada. Yeah, that's kind of like a fresa. Means strawberry in Spanish. They're strawberries, but it just means they're kind of like, yeah, like entitled and spoiled. Also not very feminine. Again, it always comes down to individual level. But bro, there's like a Schweinbaum or whatever the fuck her name is. There's like a Jewish feminist president, a female president of Mexico right now. They're not like the machismo or whatever culture anymore. And I say girls on dates as like a screening test or someone's over text, like, do you believe in traditional gender roles? Do you believe like, you know, the man is the leader, the woman is more submissive? In Mexico, they were like, no, 50, like everything 50-50. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I didn't find them to be super feminine, and I found the flake rate to be crazy high. Yeah, it wasn't my favorite. Beautiful girls though. Red pill Reich. I don't know if I agree to that, bro. Mexico beats Colombia. I would have agreed with you a few years ago, but dude, like I said, I think Mexico is cooked in terms of femininity, bro. And the genetics are fucking cooked, bro. Like, bro, if you go to Mexico City, again, I don't make the rules on what's attractive and what's not, but I won't do a screen share, but you guys know what I've been screen sharing the whole time. If short, super indigenous girls with uneven facial characteristics and SpongeBob SquarePants fucking square refrigerator bodies are your idea of beauty, you'll have a blast in Mexico City. I'm quite popular in the group chats, bro. Put it in the chat. Why do I get more hate than most creators on the internet, period? per impression per view. Like, bro, I got some reels. Like, I'll check it out. I got this reel that I just posted. It has it's on the front page. I didn't just post it. It's at 240K views, 6,500 shares, 450 comments. And of the 450 comments, I promise you 400 out of 450 are extremely negative. They're insulting my appearance. They're claiming that I'm paying for it and or in some other way being extremely negative and insulting. Why is that? This is my face. I just tell it's just like people tell me like they're like, bro, like I like watching your content, but like I like your message, but I just can't look at your face. Is it my face, chat? Am I just cooked? Like why does my shit and the group chat too? So the article, I got a little off track. Whether it's comments, whether it's group chats, bro, people just, especially the Medellin expats, which are the biggest, dude. There is no bigger group of losers than Medellin expats. There's maybe like, the top 1% are like the coolest dudes you ever meet. The other 99% of Medellin expats are the biggest losers that I've ever seen in my life. Arrogant, rude, entitled. They're just homos, dude. They're just fucking super gay. I don't know how to say it. Yeah, they're just super weirdos. And they're just all over me in the group chats, dude. All right, we got another super chat. Let's see here. Okay, cool. Thank you, brother. Thanks. I'll check out Hasife and Rio and Jan Feb. Do you offer paid hour consulting? Yeah, just message me on IG. It's Redbeard Rants 1. I'll just put that in the chat. We'll just talk over chat. Message me over IG. I didn't have time to check the comments when I was saying this shit earlier, but yeah, does anybody want to learn how to make remote income? Should I go down that route? Remind me again, even if you said it before, I'm just like going up. Do you guys you guys are all fucking remote millionaires, retired billionaires already? Or a lot of you in the position where, just tell me again, because I don't want to scroll all the way back. I know I was asking at one point, but I forgot to check the responses. But yeah, let me know. Let me know on IG as well. Here, I'll check just my IG. So I've been all focused on YouTube. Some snow bunny said, "You mad?" I don't know if she's saying that to me or somebody else in the chat. Why you care about what others say or think? Haters gonna hate. It's not that I care, but it does make me curious that, like, say I'm watching a cooking video, right? And the guy's like just unbelievably chopped. No offense to the guy, but like his face just literally looks deformed. And I'm like, oh, like, are people gonna roast him too? And like, there's like no negative. I'm like, not a single person insulted him. Okay, cool. Then I'm like, oh, maybe it's just dating coaches. Then I go to like other dating coaches, and like, there's a few. I'm just curious why like my comments are 99% hate, and then like someone else, it's not. I'm just like legitimately like actually curious. No, they don't bother me. It's the thing about being an influencer and getting hate comments. You know that you're doing something right when you're doing hate comments because the people who love your message won't comment. And look, if you're just saying like something retarded about like, I don't know what, I can't say this on stream. You do something, whatever, I can't even hint at it. But basically, if you have like a strong message, for every person that hates, someone loved your message but didn't say anything or comment anything. And it also means your shit's going out to new people. So the way social media algorithms work is anytime you make a new piece of content, it's going to test it on your normal audience first. And then if your normal audience likes it, it's going to boost it out and show it to other people. And if you're getting hate comments, it's probably not coming from yours. Sometimes people are your followers or your haters, but in many cases, it means it's showing to new people, and it means you're growing, and the algorithm is showing you to new people. So like hate comments, Okay, here's the thing. 4-4 Mag Deagle. Honestly, it's because the women readers look very uncomfortable having you record them. When you kiss them, they move away immediately. Screams pay for play. That's just actually wrong. I will say this. There's like one or two girls. One girl's name, her name is Alejandra. I won't say which one she is, but Alejandra and maybe one other girl. It's like I tell them right before the date, hey, this would be fun. Can we vlog the date and like record? They're like, sure, that does kind of sound like fun, but where's this going? Oh, just on my social. They're like, okay. And then we start recording and then like it sounded fun, but then they're like, wait a minute. Does he have an audience? Am I going to be on the internet somewhere? Like, where is this going? Da, da, da. And like, I do agree there's been like one or two women who have looked uncomfortable because like I have their permission, but then they're kind of like in the act. But then for the other 9 out of 10 women, bro, or 99 out of 100 women, you guys just make that up in your head. These are girls that like I'll fly them out because I'm traveling all the time. I'll like a little romantic fling with a girl and I'll fly her out from one city to another. And then she just can't get enough of my dick, right? I fuck her 3 times a day and she wants to go a 4th round. It's like a problem in the relationship, but it's kind of like they're like visibly a little bit like, oh damn, like I wanted to fuck him like that 4th time. I'm like, baby, like I'm 37, I'm not taking testosterone yet. Like I can't fuck 4 times a day. Like we fuck 3 times today, then 2 times the next day, then 3 times the next. It's like I almost want like a day off. Dude, I'm fucking 37. And then I'll like, film with this girl who's like attacking my dick, swallowing my loads. They're insanely uncomfortable. Like they're insanely comfortable on camera. And then people just see what they want to see. Oh, these girls look so uncomfortable. They're like, oh, blink twice if you're okay. Like you see that because you're uncomfortable seeing what you perceive as a average or below average looking guy with a really hot girl that you can't get. And to you, it kind of like doesn't look right. And you're like, making it up in your head. And I'm like, dude, I just had this girl, like I'm turning her down. She's like, we're sleeping. And then like, I feel her hands like go towards my dick. I'm like, no, like stop. Like, she's like, okay. And like, she like rolls over and she's like, damn, you can tell she's frustrated because she wanted more dick. And like, that's the girl that you guys are saying, she looks uncomfortable when she wanted to kiss you, bro. And it's just like, all right, dog, like I'm just seeing what you want to see. Plus I'm shorter. What do you think of Cancun? Is it easier for shorter dudes in Latin America? Are women in Curitiba less easy? I've never been to Curitiba. Casey, didn't you edit your muscles to pick? Yeah, I did. Let me show the originals. Let me come here. So you guys know my thoughts on this. Women are yeah, I'll do this. Women are editing their photos 10 times more than I am, 10 times more than I do for the clients. And if you're not doing it, then you're retarded. You're retarded. So, I mean, let's be honest here. Put it in the chat. Like, let's just do a scale of 1 to 10 if you guys want to vote in the chat. Let's say 1 is like it's not ridiculous at all. Like 1 is like 1 to 10. 10 being like, oh, dude, you're a catfish. You look nothing like that. When you show up, the women must think that you're a different person. They don't even recognize you. 10 out of 10 catfish. Yeah. And then a 1 is like, oh, bro, this is like super subtle. There's almost no change. I can barely even see it. It's like I always say that the changes are subtle, but they're there. I have a little bit more eye bags right here. I cleaned up the eye bags. I brightened up the skin and I cleaned out the eye bag slightly. I left some wrinkles and some eye bags there intentionally. The waist is a little bit skinnier and the arms are and the pecs are a little bit bigger. And so is the neck. The neck's a little wider, the trap's a little thicker, the shoulders, arms, chest are thicker, and the waist is wider. But do you think a girl ever saw me take my shirt off and said, "Oh my God, like you were 10% more muscular on Instagram. I'm out of here." Oh my God, no. It's never happened, bro. It's never happened. Let me know in the chat. Let me know on Instagram and YouTube how much of a catfish was that? You guys let me know. I'm actually curious what you guys think. Okay, I'm just going to read them off. 1, 1, 1, 10, 2, 3. For Mag Deagle, post your IG, bro, if you're not a scared little pussy. You're talking mad shit, bro. It's always the people who either have no profile picture or like, yeah, the Joker. 44 Mag Deagle. Oh shit, bro. Is that even like a thing? I thought a Desert Eagle was 0.50. I'm gonna Google it. 44 Mag Deagle. Okay. I guess you can do both. But why would you do the 44 when you do the 0.50? So you're named yourself after the more pussy version. You took the pistol, which from my understanding has the largest caliber of any pistol, which is the 0.50. But I'm the 0.44 version. I'm the little bitch version of the Deagle. I got the Joker as my photo. That's what'll attract a woman. The Joker. I'll be mysterious. I won't show my face. Fucking losers. Yeah, I do use a little bit of cam material. So my opener when I go up to a girl is I'll ask a yes or no question. That's a win-win for me, depending on what she says. So in Brazil, I say, do you speak English? I'll say, hey, excuse me. I'll say it in Portuguese. Oi, moça, desculpa. Você fala inglês? Uma pergunta. Você fala inglês? Which is, hey, girl, quick question. Do you speak English or just Portuguese? And it's just to give her more data. Like, let's say a guy comes up to you and he says, hey, do you have 1 second to save the children? You're like, no, gotta go. Hey, do you have 1 second for the Green Cross? Or, do you have one? And you're like, no, charity. You just autopilot, just like, and then maybe you walk where you're like, you know what? Maybe I should have like given to charity, but your autopilot just wants to reject. If the guy comes up to you and says, yeah, he's got his clipboard or whatever, you think he's already gonna ask you for money, but he says, hey, man, excuse me, do you know what time it is? You're more likely to be like, oh, dude, yeah, it's 3 p.m. Or, hey, man, do you know if there's like a Starbucks or like, coffee shop nearby? Shit, no, I don't actually, man. Sorry. Oh, anyway, do you want to save the kids? It's like just not going super direct from the beginning buys me a little bit more time, because anytime a stranger walks up to someone, you're judging them on their vibe and the actual words they're saying. So that's two things. You're judging their vibe, well, and their appearance, their vibe, and the content of what they're saying. And if I'm going to win over a chick with my vibe, which is going to be the primary thing that's going to generate attraction in a cold approach pickup, I mean, all of it, your appearance, probably the actual words you use are probably the least important, but your appearance obviously going to play a big factor. But I'm giving her more data. So rather than saying, hey, excuse me, are you single? Yeah, I want your Instagram. Like sometimes I do quick approaches like that because I'm just like, I only have like a second to react before she like gets in her Uber or something. If it's like quick, and I just, like direct is better than nothing. But I'll say, hey, excuse me, do you speak English? To give her more data to go on. And then I'll say, if she says yes, which is very rare, I'm like, oh, you do speak English. I knew it. Something about you. I just looked at this girl and I was like, okay, like her vibe, the way she's put together, I just knew like high chance you spoke English. And now I'm like this sexy guy. I'm cold reading her. I knew something about her. And it's like, she's like, wow, how did you know? Oh my God, that's amazing. Like, how did you know? And then I can use it to compliment. I can qualify her. I can say, yeah, I'm actually trilingual. I speak English, Spanish, and Portuguese, and it's really cool. I mean, obviously, we can talk in Portuguese, English, Spanish, whatever you want. But I like ambitious people. So I'm kind of surprised you're all right in my book. You're all right. Not don't like fully validate her, but kind of like compliment her a little bit. And then if she says no, which I get 9 out of 10 times, I'm like, hey, excuse me, do you speak English or just Portuguese? Oh no, just Portuguese. Oh, it's okay. Nobody's perfect. We can work on that later. I just thought you were cute, so I want to say hi. I'm Daniel. I go by Daniel in Latin America because they can't say Casey. Kaze. I just say Daniel. Usel Daniel. Say, oh, I'm Daniel. Nice to meet you. And it's not like a neg or anything. Like I don't like negs can usually get you into more trouble. Like teasing is fine. If you want to call it teasing, negging, that's fine. But yeah, so it's a win-win. I say, hey, do you speak English? It buys me a little bit more time, a little bit more data, a little bit more information for her to make her decision on, you know, what if I'm like a worthy person to talk to or not, right? And then if she says yes, she speaks English, I get to qualify her and compliment her. And it's like, how did I know? It's so sexy and cool that I knew her, that I read her like that. And if she says no, I get to throw my little tease. Oh, you don't? It's okay. Nobody's perfect. Just kind of like, oh, did he just say that? You know? But I'm like, I don't like actually insulting her. Okay. Yeah, 44 mag, which if I wasn't live streaming, I would say 44 FAG instead of MAG. Did not even clap back. Okay, I'm seeing some questions, but you broke. He's got to put at least $5 in. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, he did clap back, but with something stupid. Okay. He has left the building. That's my thing, bro. Like, these haters don't get to me. But one thing that does irritate me is when somebody's trying to have like a flame war with you. They're trying to insult you on the internet, right? And they know who you are, what your face looks like, where you live, what your backstory is, what the history of the discourse of the other hit pieces and what has been said about you online, your whole persona, and they want to talk shit, yet they're anonymous. And that's just fucking bitch made shit. Cause it's like, bro, like, I'm famous. If you walk around with me, even in Recife, Brazil, you guys couldn't even remotely point to where Recife is. Bro, I've been recognized in Goiânia, Brazil. Not Guyana, not French Guyana, like the country, but Goiânia, it's a city near the capital in Brazil. Like, I'm famous, bitch. You know everything about me. I don't know you. If you want to talk that shit, post your Instagram. And know who it's never going to be? The rich, good-looking, happy guy who just wanted to talk, like, you know what I mean? So that's one thing I don't do. If someone's gonna like talk shit, I'm gonna call them out. And if they want to stay in the chat and keep talking shit, but like they'll post their socials and we can confirm it's really them, I'll let them talk that shit. But I just banned this dude from the chat because it's like, if you're gonna talk shit, I need to know who it's coming from. You're not gonna talk shit anonymously. Okay. Virtual Construction says, I'm in Sao Paulo now. Dating has gotten much more difficult here in the past couple of years. One of the craziest experiences I ever went through in my entire life was going to Sao Paulo in 2022 for the first time for about 2 months. I was a lot skinnier than I am now. Also higher, but I was just in worse shape. Bigger belly, smaller arms. I was bald. It was pre-hair transplant. The beard was just like short. The beard wasn't like, you know, the cropped, like nice, you know, more masculine beard that accentuates my jawline like it is now. And I didn't speak Portuguese. And I did extremely well with the women. So 2022, Sao Paulo, a skinnier, balder, non-speaking, non-Portuguese speaking, and at a very like less optimized social media than I have now. Then I went back there a year later. I had gained about 10 pounds of muscle. I had a better beard. I actually spoke Portuguese now. I had a hair transplant and I had a way better social media. So I thought 1 year later, I've glowed up. I'm going to do way better. Opposite, much harder in 1 year. And it's not the same me going back a year later. It's an highly, highly upgraded version of me that still couldn't get the same results as the quote worst version of me a year ago. That's what I'm saying, guys. If you want a girlfriend, like, I don't know, a lot of you guys, you're my fans, you're here, I appreciate you. Many of you have never asked me for help. I don't know if you're brokies. I don't know if you're too proud. I don't know if I don't do a good job convincing you or on selling you. I don't know if you guys even know what I offer. I don't know if I have shown evidence. I don't know who you are, what you know about me, how many YouTube videos. A lot of you guys are like, services, like you help guys in some capacity. I don't even know their story. You guys never hit me up for a photo shoot. I can plan a remote photo shoot. I don't need to be there, any fucking city you're in. I promise you, wherever you're at, once we do a photo shoot with you, remote or otherwise, once you get a fucking assistant literally hunting girls for you, a trained fucking assassin trained personally by me, you're going to do a lot better than what you're getting. And back to my Sao Paulo story, it's only getting worse. So I'll take action on this next year. I'll get the good photos next year. I'll explore his fucking virtual assistant offer next year. It's just going to get harder and harder, bro. Again, this is not like an urgency, like a sales tactic, bro. Even the fucking guy just said, I'll put his comment. Where was it? Where was I? Literally, I mean, you guys saw the comment. I lost it, but guy said, yeah, I'll put it back up. I'm in Sao Paulo now. Dating has gotten much more difficult here in the past couple of years. So again, you're not hearing it just from me. Okay, it's not like, dude, I have food in the fridge. Okay, like I don't need to tell anybody on this live call certainly to be able to eat tonight. Okay, I'm in a 4-bedroom penthouse on the beach. Okay, you know, if it wasn't here, I'll turn you guys won't just dark windows, but like, just trust me, I'll post a story tomorrow or something. I am legitimately in a 4-bedroom penthouse on the beach. Here, I mean, I'll kind of like, I'll just kind of show it here. Again, you're just gonna see like dark windows and shit. Like here's the living room of my penthouse on a little webcam. That's the beach out there. That's a light, but behind that light and behind that windows is the beach. This is the other side of it. That's my friend's laundry. I'm just shaking this camera obnoxiously now, but anyway, I assure you, I live in a modern 4-bedroom. It looks like shit. It's dirty. There's like tripods and fucking knickknacks all over the place, but I assure you, I don't need your money. You fucking brokies. You fucking scum. You're all dogs. Your father was a dog. All men are dogs. All right. Do we have any more questions? I'm going to end it soon, boys. Thank you so much for being here with me. I'll just rant about something I want to talk about. Oh, Black Tiger. Just reach out to me on Instagram, bro. Just reach out to me. It's not like a brokey program, but it won't blow your hair back either. It's a very reasonable price to like permanently get way hotter women who chase you a lot more. Like I'll show you, let me just show you, I'll show you Kavian's. Kavian's black. You're black. You probably want to see how I shoot photos of the brothers. Fuck the whiteys, man. These old white cracker ass whiteys. Fucking clan. You don't want to see no fucking whiteys. You want to see a brother. He reminds you of you. This is Kavian. You could see Kavian in you. Kavian's got black skin, but white feet for some reason, just like you. Nobody knows why black guys have white feet, but they just do. I got white feet also. I'm white everywhere. Black people's only white on the palms and the feet. But it's all cool. We can get along. We all from Africa. Just depends how far back you go. Some of y'all from Africa very recently. Some of us go way back. But we all one people. You know what it is. Anyway, yeah, this is Kavian's photos. So I don't know. I can make you look like Kavian, bruh. I think like, let me just see. Do I have like Kavian before and now? I had like a photo. Yeah, here's like before and after photos. Maybe this is even a better way to show it. What you guys all do is you guys all do the camera roll method. So whoops, yeah. So the left is what I call the camera roll method. So the camera roll method of taking photos is what it sounds like. It means you just post the regular photos that were lying around your camera roll. So Kavian went out to this balcony one time and he said, I think that this balcony, like there's top down lighting and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'll have somebody take a photo with me. And, you know, I'm wearing a crown and I look like a nervous fucking dork in this photo. Kavian's actually fucking dope as fuck, dude. God, I wish I could be like Kavian. Unfortunately, you know, it didn't work out. Kavian's way cooler than I am, richer than I am, taller than I am, blacker than I am. But he looks like a fucking dork in his before photos, I'll tell you that much. Jesus fucking Christ, he looks like a dork. He's not a dork, though. He's actually super cool in person. I know him. He's a client. But this is like I wonder why this is not working for me. Well, this is why. And you could look like this. So that's what it is. Okay, someone said, so you guys want the remote income? I don't know. I didn't hear anything. I didn't meet Takashi69. Yeah, but I guess you guys are not interested in the remote income thing then. I didn't see it again. Daniel N says, hey, Casey. He's one says a fucking loud ass motorcycle. God, what a small penis you must have to drive a loud motorcycle that wakes the whole neighborhood. Hey, Casey, I know chinos do well in Latin America. Do you know which country specifically? I'm not trying to be targeted like Asian guy in Colombia. Anywhere, bro. I mean, it's more like, it's not like if you look like an Asian software engineer dork, then you're not going to do that well anywhere. If you look like a fucking Asian Chad, you're going to do well everywhere. It's more like, I mean, it's looks, money, status, you know, it's genetics, it's all these things. If you want to give me more information about like your height, what specific Asian you are, because I think like Koreans are like the S tiers of Asian. When it comes to the women, I don't find Korean women at all attractive, but I think like with the men, I think like the Asian community has spoken. They think like Korean men are the hottest of the Asians. Okay, so actually a few people do want remote income. But yeah, no, dude, you'll crush it in Brazil, bro. You'll crush it anywhere, bro. You'll crush it anywhere. I mean, look, just like dress well, get in the best shape you can, have a strong masculine frame and presence, get a super high status social media with amazing photography, like the one we showed, and get a virtual assistant. Because okay, let's say you go to a place where most girls don't like Asian guys. Let's say, I don't know, I'm gonna make this up. Daniel N, maybe I'm wrong, but let's for argument's sake say you're 5'5" and really skinny. There's a percentage of girls that are gonna jam with that, bro. There's a percentage of girls that vibe with me. And apparently, if you agree with the YouTube comments, I'm the ugliest fucker ever born. So like run a shitload of volume or outsource it and you'll fucking crush it. It's all like volume. You guess what you guys understand? Volume negates looks, bro. Some of my friends will be like, I'll send them a picture of a girl. They're like, oh, why are you with a 6? I'm like, why am I with a 6? Like, did you get the photo I just sent? Then I go to his fucking thing and he's like, oh, look at this girl I got. I'm like, dude, she's fucking nothing impressive, like at all. Like, I disagree with my friends a lot. Now, there's guys who cope, like Mr. Lucario. I'll do a whole live stream about, you know, Mr. Lucario. He and I kind of have an interesting relationship, but he dates like literal actual ones and twos. Like, okay, I'll do a quick call out of Mr. Lucario right now. So Mr. Lucario, I'll do a whole maybe stream about this that you guys know the whole story, but I'll give the short version now. He did a little expose on me first. He did a little hit piece, a little expose, whatever you want to call it. And he called me out. I think that's mostly the reason why anybody even knows who he is. And well, you know, white people anyway. I think he has like sells to a largely like black audience, which is fine. Maybe he's like popular with the brothers, but I don't think anybody outside the black community knew who he was until I did a debate with him. And he dates literal ones. I mean, like, dude, like this chick right here looks like, you know, a high school, like a 50-year-old high school math teacher. I mean, she's not like a zero would be a chick that got run over, or a chick that's in her 90s. But I mean, these are hard, like ones and twos. And the dude apparently makes a full-time job being a dating coach. He calls himself the bad boy. Hey guys, it's Mr. Lucario. It's the bad boy of the dating game. The bad boy of the dating game. Bro, like the bad results boy of the dating game. You have bad results. The only thing bad about you is your fucking results with women. This is disgusting. This is embarrassing. You should be ashamed. He did a hit piece on me saying that, like, because I pay for girls' Ubers, I'm a simp, basically. That was the short of it, the long short of it. I pay for girls' Ubers, and therefore I'm a simp. Okay? That was his argument. Take a beautiful girl on a dinner, so I'm a simp. I pay for everything. He doesn't. He can fuck his threes for free. So I challenged him to a debate. He showed up. It was a great debate. I says, hey, Lucario, it's been a while. Let's hop on. Let's do it again. I'd love to have you do a debate. He says, yeah, fam, let's do it. You know, I'm busy for like a month. We'll do it in like a month when I'm not busy. I was like, all right, cool. Then he writes back right away, oh, nah, fam, like we can't be doing a debate when you post shit like this. Basically what I just did, I did a little bit lighter version of that, and I called him out for dating super ugly chicks. So what you just saw me do right now live, I did that on an Instagram reel, a lighter version of it. And he's like, oh man, you crossed the line, basically. In so many words, I can post the DM, I can post our conversations, but he had so many words said, like, he's not mad or anything, but like he crossed the line and there's no way that I could he would ever be a guest and do another live stream with me. But you know, that live stream got 5K views, way better than any of his live streams. So it would be like, you know, like many times higher views, I believe, than what his typical live streams get. Which is hilarious, because talk about being able to dish it out, but you can't take it in. The reason I even know who this fucker is and debated him is because he started doing hit pieces on me. Yet when I clap back and do my own hit piece on him, oh no, fam, now you crossed the line. Andrew Cole, no, I don't think I did, but if he said some stupid shit, like I do hide people on the comments. Like Instagram, I just can't possibly keep up with all the comments, but like people, like even some guy, like here's the thing, right? And I don't mean to call this person out, whatever, but like legitimate ignorance and being a fucking moron, like legitimately pisses me off. So it's not the comments that say like, this guy just pays for prostitutes that like pisses me off. This is gonna like sound weird. Again, I don't mean to like call this guy, but there's some guy at the beginning of the live stream was like, what restaurant are you at? What's the name of the restaurant that you're at? Like, bro, do you think I'm like talking loudly? You know, sometimes I get it, you know, excited and I'm damn near screaming. You guys can't see because I know my black shirt makes it invisible, but like, you know, I bring this $300 7-pound microphone to a restaurant. I have all this is just the fucking restaurant decor. What restaurant are you at? I hate when people make stupid fucking assumptions like that. What restaurant are you at? It's like a pet peeve. I just don't like low IQ. I don't know. Maybe I need to calm down, maybe take a Xanax, but it's just like, what restaurant are you at? But like, does this look like a fucking restaurant? So when people say stupid shit on my YouTube, like, again, when they say like, his eyes are so close together, that like, I don't, you know, you'll see those comments still. But like when people say things like, I put out a video called Big Baller Game, by the way. The point of Big Baller Game was letting the girl know that you have resources as an anti-flaking technique, but not an attraction technique. And it's not about pay for play. So I'd say things like, you know, I'll tell a girl that like, hey, before I go on a date with you, I love to do a video call. And then after that, I love to take you to XYZ nicest restaurant in town. And because I'm offering to take her to the nicest, most expensive restaurant in town, I know that she'll see me differently. She'll make up a whole different opinion about me, about the value of me, and the flake rate will go down a lot. And then all the comments are like, and they're even commenting on like other influencers will do like not necessarily hit pieces on me, but the little like little reaction videos to me. Redbeard just admitted he pays prostitutes. Redbeard just admitted that he buys hookers. It's like, dude, I said that I want to do a video call with a girl, and if it looks like we have chemistry, I'll take her to one of the nicest restaurants in town. That's, by the way, $50 for both of us in the city that I live in. Like, that's the shit that irritates me. So, Andrew Cole, I don't know if I hid you from my comments, but if you said some fucking stupid shit, I fucking did. Because on Instagram, I just can't keep up with them. They're just, bro, I probably get about it. It depends if the algorithm is in love with me or not. The algorithm goes all over the place. But when the algorithm is in my favor, I can get 2,000 to 3,000 comments a day. Like, no cap, like 2,000 to 3,000 comments per day on my IG. I just can't keep up with the volume. But on YouTube, I can, because there's just fewer comments. I'm not as big on YouTube. And yeah, if you say some fucking retarded shit like, yo, dog, like, is your beard AI? Like that'll piss me off more when people say like, you can tell when he kissed the girl, his beard glitched and his beard is AI. Like, people really say this shit. And that irritates me more than calling me ugly or calling me short. I'm 5'11", but apparently I'm super short. It's just like the fucking retardation irritates me more than anything else. Okay, so yeah, the remote income thing will come. I think a couple of you guys said that. Hater, yeah. Someone says, yeah, dude, it's weird. I don't know. I asked you guys in the chat earlier, like, why do you think me, like, I in particular, like, draw so much hate and vitriol? Again, I'm literally just curious because I don't know of any other creator who draws so much hate other than, like, you remember the Top G. All right. I'm just looking for any more comments. I live in Brazil and I'm an American gringo. And if he had and I went out, I guarantee 100% would choose me over him for every single. Okay, dude. I hope this dude. Oh, let's fucking pray to God. This is a public profile. I'm typing it in a new tab here. Okay, so. All right, so thank God this is a rarity. You guys can't see this on YouTube, but I'm reading a comment from Instagram. I'm going to open up his Instagram, and presumably this guy's talking about me. I don't know. I could possibly be talking about somebody else. He says, Big Kippa. We're going to show his IG in a second. I can't believe he has a public profile. I live in Brazil and I'm an American gringo. And if he and I went out, I guarantee you 100% that one would choose me over him for every single reason women like men. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we're dealing with here. Big Kippa. Share screen. It's got to be this tab, right? No. Yep, this tab. All right. The Kipster. I'll start with the profile picture. Okay. Dude is old. Nothing wrong with that. We all get old, but saying that all women are just going to choose a guy who's 37 but looks 27 over a dude who's clearly in his 50s. I don't know. I don't know, dog. Not a terrible looking dude. Father English tutor. Oh, dude. And classically trained burrito eater living in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, and ready for adventure with frequent naps. Now that is what women fantasize about. A single father who, as an English tutor, makes maybe $20 an hour in Brazil if you're lucky. Like if you're fucking super lucky, you make $20 an hour. They want a $20 an hour, 55-year-old single father with an amazing sense of humor, classically trained burrito eater. Oh my God, a classically trained burrito eater? That's so funny. That's so clever. Living in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, and ready for adventure, but with frequent naps because I'm 55. Nothing wrong with being 55. I'm going to be 55, bro. But I'm just saying, like, when I'm 55, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm so old, I need naps. I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm 55. Try to keep up, bitch. That's how you frame it. Oh, yeah. Showing yourself getting exhausted walking up a hill. I have bad cardio. That's what women want. The bad cardio guy. I'm so funny. Did you guys get the joke? I'm old and out of shape and have stupid tattoos on my arms. And when I walk up a hill, I'm going to, oh, he laid on the ground, dude. Oh, yeah. What a fucking winner, dude. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Quando me ofrece farofa no jantar, quando me ofrece, like, farofa is like, what's it come from? Like, sweet, not, oh my God, what's it called? It's the plant. Cassava. It's like cassava powder, like little cassava crumbs. And he's saying, when they offer me farofa, I say no. You'll never convince me that farofa is food. Did you guys know? I don't consider farofa to be food. Here's my son. I'm a single dad. Bro, like, come on, bro. But you're just going to destroy Redbeard in the club. The guy who spent 10 years practically living in nightclubs, mastering cold approach pickup, and then spent the next 10 years of his life mastering digital pickup. But you're fucking Kippa. Big Kippa. Did he even see that? Let's see if he even responded on IG Live. Prove you're live and say the word toadstool. Okay. Why do people doubt that I'm live? I'm still here. Yeah, Big Kippa, toadstool. I just fucking roasted you. It's public. What did this guy say? Hold on. So let's talk live. Oh, I'm here. Yes, I'm here. You're in my live chat. I just fucking roasted you. You're welcome to clap back. I'll share my screen for you guys on YouTube if this dork wants to clap back. Did you know that farofa isn't food and I get tired going up hills? Let's see what you guys said in the chat. You guys like that? I roasted this fucker. I don't even know what you guys are talking about. I am Brazilian, live in Sao Paulo. I doubt you'd get a top girl here by saying you're a foreigner. Yeah. You're not just gonna, I mean, this guy says, I'm a Brazilian, live in Sao Paulo. I doubt you get a top girl here just by saying you're a foreigner. Yeah, like, duh. I don't think that's worked since the fucking 80s, bro. I just got in. Old man got Charlie Kirk hairline. I hope Kippa has money, bro, because Kippa got nothing else. Well, no, he makes $20. He's a brokey. Invite me into your live. Okay, I'm gonna send Kippa let me get him the StreamYard link. Let's get Big Kippa in here. I just want to see me go after Big Kippa. At least Big Kippa has standing on business. I like that. Okay, share, copy. Boom. Now let's find the Kipsta. The Kipsta. Send message. Okay, you have been sent the StreamYard link, sir. So apparently Kipsta is going to clap back with me live. Let's see. Invite me to your live. You've been invited, Kipsta. You have been invited, sir. Did you read my message? Check your like hidden request folder. We don't follow each other, so it'll go there. We'll wait for Kipsta. See if he puts his money where his mouth is. But yeah. Daniel, look up Lima, Peru, a hidden gem for Asian guys, Reddit. Yeah, you know, the reason why I would be supportive of that is because Peruvians kind of look Asian. So you would kind of look like one of them, but like an exotic, like different version of them. And then also the height thing wouldn't be an issue. I mean, maybe it's not. Some Asians are tall, but assuming like, you know, most Asian guys are kind of short. So they probably see you as like, oh, he's kind of one of us. He kind of looks Asian, but he kind of doesn't. Kipsta, dude, you said invite me to your live. I sent you the fucking link. You didn't even read it yet. Fucking scared. Where is the link? Kippa, I DM'd it to you. It's in your DMs. Click messages, click, you know, hidden requests. We don't follow each other. So you won't get like a push notification. Like, I know you like never talked to a girl on Instagram. I know you never received a DM from someone who didn't follow you, or heaven forbid, DM'd a girl that you don't follow. But the way it works is there's multiple inboxes. Okay, go to your Instagram messages and click requests or hidden requests, because I don't follow you. You don't follow me. So that's where messages land. And you can find the link. I DM'd it to you, Big Kippa. I know you're not very technological, like from a different generation, but it's all good. We'll all be 55, unless we die before that age. We should all be so lucky. Come on, Kipsta. Come on, Kippy. Trying to get you in here. You're fucking playing. This is what always happens. I'll debate you. Send the link, and then they don't come. They're all fucking pansies, dude. Almost all big cities make us every single city I've been to, I always see Americans with hot chicks. So red pill clips, I'm sure you do, but the vast majority of women want, oh, he's here. Kip Schmidt.
What up, dude?
What's up, dude? Hold on one second. How's it going? Talk to the people. Yeah. Introduce yourself. Why are you so much more of a ladies' man than me? Why are you going to get all the girls and I'm not?
Oh, you know what? I started following you, gosh, I don't know, like a month, maybe 2 months ago. I'm not sure. But I kind of like the approach that you were taking, because I moved to Brazil a couple of years ago. But over time, I just felt like you were just really insulting to the people that you were wanting to follow you.
How?
I think that's what it was. And I'm sure you know iFood. It's not me, but that's what the honking is outside. But honestly, my criticism of you is constructive. So I want to come from a constructive place.
Can you make it concise though and just spit it out already? Because I haven't heard it yet.
You asked me to introduce myself, correct?
Sure, but can you get to the point here? Like, why am I offensive to the people that are trying to follow me?
Well, you call them names.
What names do I call them?
Seriously? I've heard you say brokey. I've heard you say small dick, like within the last 10 minutes. Like you insult people that you want to follow you or that are following you.
No, dude, who do I call brokies? People who
you said
like, yeah,
you said
like,
that
yeah, the haters. That when people hate on me and say things like Redbeard's eyes are close together. Redbeard probably pays these girls. They say, oh yeah, these fucking brokies who can't pay a girl's Uber, who can't even pay to take a girl to dinner, and then say that I'm a simp because I pay a girl's dinner. Those are fucking brokies. Yeah, to the haters. I never said people.
Right.
I love
so
my audience.
you're making an assumption about people that you don't know because it makes you feel better about yourself. You don't have any idea about my financial situation. You just got done saying that I make $20 an hour because I teach English. I moved to Brazil because I'm self-supportive. I don't need to make money.
Okay, right. But you need to apparently. What was your comment? I would get more girls than this guy.
Finish your statement. You need. I need to what?
I don't know, be in my live stream. And all right, well, let's answer that question. Why would you go out, and why are the girls going to choose you over me?
Well, I mean, I think looks is the first obvious thing.
Oh,
I'm 47. I'm much older than you, but I have a feeling that I'm much more respectful in general of just humans, just based on your posts and your live right now.
Okay. That's what's we're gonna go to the nightclub or out and talk to girls. And you're just gonna say, I'm very respectful and empathetic.
No, I don't have to say that. I think it just comes across. I think your energy is just much different than mine.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't have to be a pissing contest, but I started following you because I liked what you were doing. I think you could have a better approach and be more constructive. You don't have to take my advice. I'm not an expert in anything. So please feel free to disconnect this and dismiss me for whatever reason. But I think if you took an approach where you didn't talk about yourself so much and you just talked about this is what women like, this is what women respond to, and as opposed to talking about how you're better than everybody, people would respond in a more positive way. The reason you get so many negative comments is because of what you say. It's not because I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're on to a niche that many people want. You know, there's a different culture in South America and Brazil in particular. And I married a Brazilian woman. You know, I'm not married to her anymore, so I'm no expert in relationships, obviously, right? But there's definitely a culture here that embraces things that American women don't. And I think you would just have a better approach. I think you would get better traction with people if it was more positive as opposed to cutting people. Look, I'm not at the level that you are when it comes to social media. I took social media seriously about a month ago. Granted, I gained like 6,000 followers on TikTok. I still haven't fucking figured out Instagram. It's confusing to me. You know, I'm figuring it out as I go. But
well, can I cut you off for a second? You say that I act better than people, or I insult people. Can you like elaborate on that a bit?
Just some of that. And again, I don't want to get into.
Do you mean right now? Do you mean like right now during this live stream, or do you mean in my Instagram reels and my content that you followed before? Let's answer that first. Do you mean like right now in the live stream, or in the actual reels that I posted yesterday, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, of course. And I mentioned in the comments and in the live stream that I would like this to be constructive. So I would say in both. In this live stream, I've heard you be insulting to people who are critical of you. And in posts, I've been critical of you.
Let me address that first.
Yeah,
I'll
of course.
address that first. So my good friend Myron Gaines from the Fresh and Fit podcast did not make his millions from helping men or giving men good advice or improving the lives of men. He made his millions by debating people, by kicking out rude girls off his podcast, by creating rage bait, humor, clickbait, all that. And then once he gained his platform from controversy, from kicking people out, from debates and stuff like that, from online drama, he then used his platform to do those amazing things. But when he was just trying to help guys and create these pickup courses and be a little bit more PC, he was never PC. He was Myron, right? But when he was being PC-ish, he
Is,
never
is this the
gained.
guy? Sorry to cut you off, but is this the African American guy with glasses that passed away a few years ago? It's the
No,
same
that's
guy. Or?
Evan Samuels. Myron
Oh,
Gaines
okay.
is, I mean, maybe you could just pull out your phone and Google him. If you just pull out your phone real quick, and maybe you're on your phone.
I'm on my phone, so I'd have to get my
Never,
tablet. But
it doesn't
yeah,
matter. But if you saw him, you'd be like, oh, that's the guy, the Fresh and Fit podcast. So understand,
okay.
like if I do a video, right, for example, and I say, did you know that watermelon is one of the most filling foods? And because a watermelon has high fiber and a lot of water, if you eat a little bit of watermelon before each food, before each meal, then it'll really fill your tummy, and then you won't, eat as much. That's not going to get any views. But if I say, you're a fat piece of shit, and no woman wants to fuck you, but if you just say watermelon, that could solve your problems. Do you think Andrew Tate believes everything to such a polarizing degree that he believes it? Also, when I insult, people, correct me if I'm wrong, but the only people I kind of jab at online would be masculine, entitled, rude American women. I don't think I attack or rage bait any other groups, if I'm not mistaken. Or would you not agree?
Well, I'll correct you because you asked me to. You insulted me before we got on the live.
Well, no, I'm talking about my content. Because you said like, yeah, like you had me at first, but then the way your content is kind of insulting to people. So we're talking about like the actual, like my Instagram post. We'll talk about this, later, but I'm talking about like my actual, like my main message and the stuff that I post. Is there anything there that's offensive to any other groups? Again, I rage bait the feminists. I rage bait fat American women. I get that. But are there any other groups that I'm mean to or rage bait or?
Well, I guess it depends on your definition of rage bait. I mean, I think that there's a theme to your posts, and I completely agree with you. I'll back up to what you just said about, posting content that is not attention grabbing, right? There's obviously a strategy to that. I get that. So I would say that I recall not specifically insulting content, but I also acquiesce to the fact that that has a draw and there's a strategy to doing that.
But I'm still, okay, so we'll come back to this live aside, because this is something different. But because you were specific, so you can't think of any examples about how I'm specifically rude or mean or belittling to people in my actual like Instagram reels and my content. Now the haters, I do that all.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Do you mean the haters? You mean like when someone's in the comments and they say, I'll be some gorgeous chick and they'll be like, she's a tranny or she's a 4, and then I'll go to his page, snapshot.
That's subjective, right? I mean, what you think is a 4 and what I think is a 10 could be the same thing. I mean,
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about I'll be with some, because you see my Instagram. I mean, doesn't matter what you say. The chicks are fucking hot. I think you would agree. I don't think I would have gained your attention as a follower, or you saw my shit, or clearly you know a few things about me. I wouldn't have gotten your attention. It wouldn't have made it boosting the algorithm. The chicks were ugly, so they're clearly hot. So I get that when some loser says, this guy's chick is a 4, I get way hotter chicks than this, and I go to his page and he's with some fat disgusting swamp monster, and I screenshot and I post that. Sure, that's online bullying, that's harassment, but I would say, look, dude, this is the internet. You're going to dish it out. You got to take it in. Those things go viral. The story views go insane. So I know that if I post something like that, I'll get like 5 to 10K story views. And then the next story, I can like pitch something. So I just say like, message to be the word photo shoot for a photo shoot. Like people will look at that story and then go to the next one without interacting with it. And it'll get like 700 views and that's it. But if I like call out a hater, that story will get like 5K views and they'll want to go to the next one, and then I can pitch something. Also, even if it wasn't for marketing or financial gain, I just like to fucking clap back against the haters because they fucking deserve it. It's just so funny. They think that like, maybe they think like, oh, what I'm at, like almost I'm about 59K, call it 60K followers. He won't even read this.
I think I'm at 300. So can I call? Casey. Can I call you Casey, or do you prefer something else?
Call me Mr. Redbeards. No, you can call me Casey.
Mr. Redbeard.
Call me Casey. It's all good, bro.
I mean, literally within the last 120 seconds. Before that, you asked me to give you examples of when you were insulting the people, and then literally in the last 2 minutes, you said the word losers, and they're dating or married to swamp monsters, and these are examples of insults that I'm talking about. So I get that there's one strategy to rage bait, but at the same time, when you're asking for, I don't know why you people don't reach out to me for personal consultation for this and that, and it seems odd to me, right? So I get what you're doing. I was going to say appreciate it, but you know, I'm here to have like an honest conversation with you, and I think that I don't. By the way, if you're comfortable saying it, where in Brazil are you?
Recife. So I want to say something quick, and then I'll let you continue to cook, because I know I've been talking more and I want to do more 50-50, but I want to say one thing real quick. It's called, personal brands speak to different people. So Andrew Tate style. Andrew Tate does not have trouble monetizing his audience. He insults.
Well, he does now.
No, he's like a billionaire, dude. No, he has no issues.
No, yeah, he's going to prison.
No, he's not. Okay, whatever. Myron Gaines, okay, first of all, Andrew Tate's not going to prison. He's a billionaire. Hustlers University does anywhere from 10 to 20 million a month. Andrew Tate is way more hilarious and insulting and rage baity and whatever, more vitriol, whatever you want to call it, than I am. He has no trouble monetizing. Myron Gaines is a multimillionaire. I'm way more tame than Myron is, a million times more tame than Myron is. He has zero. Bro, you know how many people they have in their Castle Club and their premium memberships and the courses they sell, super chats, Rumble rants? They have zero problems.
But it sounds like you're idolizing them.
I do look up to them. Yeah, I'm not idolizing them, but yeah, I look up to these people. Yeah, fuck it, dude. You don't look up to Andrew Tate?
Absolutely not. No.
What's your beef with Andrew Tate? You don't think he teaches masculine excellence and stands for a lot of good things, helping the youth that have no masculine role models to look up to, or do you think? What do you think about him? You don't
absolutely not. I don't see any positive qualities to Andrew Tate.
I guess you can talk about that if you want, or you can. I think maybe the audience finds it more interesting what you think about me. You can talk about Tate, or bring it back to me, whatever. I'll let you, take the show, Kip. Whatever you want to talk about.
No, I mean, I live here in Brazil. What amazes me and what I had to get adjusted to first was, when I got divorced, my ex-wife was 1 year younger than me. And when I got here, I had to, I think you froze, didn't it? No,
nope, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Was how comfortable people were with a larger age gap in South America. So I had to get, at first I thought it was very strange that much younger women wanted to date me. And I didn't accept it at first. It was very strange to me. I have a daughter, and she's 8 years old. But I had to get adjusted to that. And I also, in the United States, and you can speak to this as well, I blended into the crowd. I wasn't exotic. I wasn't different. I was like every other person. I was, a snowflake in a jar of mayonnaise. I didn't stick out very much. And when I got here, it was like everyone was looking at me. It was weird. So I had to adjust to it. So of course I've taken advantage of that. It would be silly not to. And I get much better looking women here in Brazil, not specifically Brazil, but probably, anywhere in South America, because you and I are considered different and exotic. So I do take advantage of that. But I've run into, and I've dated beautiful, literally a girl just left my apartment 45 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. I've been out with her many times. It wasn't like a casual hookup. Beautiful, beautiful woman.
You wouldn't post her, would you? Wouldn't show us? Because I find this, bro, because here's the thing.
I would send it to you privately if you promise not to post it publicly. I don't know how I can do
Sure,
that.
that's better than nothing. You could DM it to me. I promise I won't show up. But like, it would be better if you showed up because again, I don't think the audience really came here to listen to your whole story about your experience in Brazil. I mean, everyone kind of knows the general thing. Like, you weren't appreciated in your home country, then you
Oh no,
come
I was
here.
appreciated in my home country. I made six figures in my home country. I married a beautiful Brazilian woman while I lived in the United States.
You,
And
you just said that you were a snowflake in a jar of mayonnaise. You didn't stand out. I don't. Maybe I mistook that, but I think we all took
yeah,
that
you
to
did.
mean
You
like
did mistake that. Yeah,
I thought I
I'm
thought I
saying
thought
that
you just said you were nothing special. Did that words not come out of your mouth? I was nothing special. I believe.
the correct words would be, did those words not come out of your mouth? But those words did come out of my mouth because I was saying that I blend in the United States because
You can say it like, did those words not come out of your mouth? You can say it like that. That's correctly. Did those words not
you,
just come out of your mouth? That's a correct
no,
statement.
you can look back at your live. You said, did that words, which
Oh,
is a
okay.
singular pronoun. I
You
teach
got me,
English, by
dude.
the way. Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Congratulations to me.
That's my problem, dude.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
I
it's
speak
one
for
of them.
a living and have a large audience that I monetize with, I don't know, many hundreds of times more followers than you do, but I made a single mistake in a single word. So you showed me. But anyway, so let's go back to the
It's
original
called a
statement.
straw man argument, what you're doing right now. You're
Well,
diverting
it's
the
just,
argument to something else. But if that's the way you want to run it, you
well,
can.
because
It's your
yeah,
live.
I do, yeah, because I don't think they want to hear you tell your
So
story
what do they want to hear?
they want to know why you apparently would get so many more women than me. You said looks is one thing. Okay, I think
Yeah.
that's
Would you
debatable.
disagree with that?
I don't think you're Tom Cruise or any type of super handsome
I didn't
dude.
say I was.
I think your personality is extremely corny. I think your humor is very self-deprecating. You clearly don't understand how attraction works. If you think that women watching you walk up a hill and get exhausted and then lie down on the dirty floor, that's super cringy. It's not
Mhm.
charming in any way. It shows a very deep lack of understanding of how attraction works with women.
That's a good point. No,
Um,
you're making a good point here. So would you point out something that you've posted that's charming, that displays your charm,
yeah, I could actually do that right
where you're
now.
not objectifying women and
Yeah.
running your hands over their stomach or their ass or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I'll show you. It's in Spanish. Do you speak Spanish? I don't know if you'll
I do,
understand it.
actually. I speak Portuguese, Spanish, and English.
Muy bien, amigo. Muy bien. All right. So I'll just do, we'll do the English one. I'm not sure if it will share this with sound. I'm hoping that this will share with sound, but I'll pull this up right now. It's funny that you asked if I have charming content. I actually have a whole folder of charming content.
You realize charming is subjective, right? What you
I
think
am
is
aware,
charming.
sir.
I'm hoping that you show something that I've already seen.
Okay, let's play this right now. Audio should
Yeah.
work. Chat, if that audio doesn't work, let me know.
Alexa, how's the weather today?
Who is Alexa?
Oh, sorry.
No,
Siri.
audio's not working.
Seriously?
At least for me. I don't know about for the
All right,
rest of
whatever.
you.
You know what? You can figure it out from the words. Shit, let me see here. Let me try one more time. Chat, was the audio working? I'm gonna just stop share, and then I'm gonna share one more time.
I wish I could see the chat.
Yeah, like you can't see it yet. You should, if you were on desktop, you could. I'm not sure how it looks on your end. Okay, it says audio share. Yeah, it says that it's on. So I'm just gonna play it. You can just kind of figure out the video from the subtitles with the best we can.
Alexa, how's the weather today?
Who is Alexa?
Oh, sorry. Siri.
Seriously? Who's Alexa?
Nobody. Forget about it. Can you just tell me, please, what's the weather going to be like today?
Why don't you ask that bitch Alexa to tell you the weather?
Oh my God, Alexa. Siri. Siri.
Fuck you.
So did you,
Alexa.
you didn't hear that then, right?
I did. Yeah. This was
Okay.
your example of charming?
Yeah, charming. Yeah. So if you want to like use like metrics, because you say it's very subjective, right? Like some people, you could say subjectively you're funnier than Dave Chappelle, right?
Just ask your live in the chat if it was charming. Don't listen to me. Ask them if it was charming.
Well, let's get your opinion. Well, it's
I
charming to a woman.
just gave it to you. I think my laughter was kind of indicative of that.
So you don't think that women would find that funny or charming?
You think funny and charming are the same thing?
Bro, can you just answer the question? Funny or
No,
charming?
I don't think it's
attractive?
charming. No, I don't think
Okay.
it's charming.
Okay.
Is that clear enough?
Well, good
So
thing
ask
you're
your
not
chat.
my
Ask your
demographic,
chat.
bro.
Let's see if someone says it's charming.
I guess opinion of like, yeah, some weak dude from, I don't know, where are you from? United States, who lives in Brazil, divorced, single dad, who's an English tutor. Good thing
Oh, the
that's not my target
insult. Yeah.
demographic.
Yeah, go ahead. It's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, good thing, hot 21-year-old Latinas like it. I posted that same reel, the same version of that in Spanish, and it got 1 million views in the country that I
Holy
posted it in.
shit.
Yeah. So
Oh
I
my
have
God.
like data and metrics to show that like hot young women within my demographic find me to be charming. If you don't, I guess that's subjective. Here, remember, were you on the stream when I showed
But you're
Lucario's
not
girls?
trying to date me, right? You're not trying to attract me, so it doesn't matter.
Thank God, dude. Thank God.
You couldn't get me, by the
So-
way, just so you know.
Yeah, you're out of my league, bro. You're way out of my league with that sense
True,
of humor, with
true.
that social media, everything. Now here's the thing about when people say like, but this is subjective. Subjectively, someone could find, this is another dating coach, This is another dating coach called Mr. Lucario. Subjectively, you could say his girls are more attractive than the ones that I get. If you want to be technical, I know you're an English teacher. My mom is a speech and language pathologist, so I have a decent understanding of the English language as well.
Really? Okay.
And
Interesting.
yeah, I know how to insult people really well. You could say
But
that
your English is
subjectively.
terrible for a native English speaker. It's very strange.
Well, I get paid to talk for a living. I do a lot better than you do,
By
just
who?
based on the metrics.
You get paid more than I do?
Did you say by who or by whom?
Do you know the difference between who and whom? I would love for you to explain that.
Which one did you say?
I said, who do you get paid by?
No, you said you get paid by who is what you said. Or whom? Which one did you say?
I don't recall what I said actually.
You said you get paid by who, and maybe I'm wrong, but I believe it would be you get paid by whom.
Whom is when the person is the subject. If you'd like to get into an English debate, I'd
all right.
More than happy to do it.
That's pretty retarded because we both speak English. But
now you're backing away from that. So go ahead with whatever you want to talk about because you're going to lose that debate.
No, I'm just saying, dude, you came in my live as a typical hater. I had never done or said anything to you personally. It's like a Lucario situation.
You
guys
did
can
say
dish it
something
out
to me personally.
after
You have the memory of a goldfish.
Yeah. The order of things matters, bro. I said you started it first. You understand that
that wasn't what you just said. You just said I never insulted you.
Prior to you insulting
you didn't say prior. You want to go back and watch your own live? You didn't say prior. Now you're saying prior.
Bro, you're like the courtroom person, like a stenographer or something, huh? You think you got everything?
No, I just have a memory. I just have a memory that lasts longer than 10 minutes.
Everyone understands what I'm saying, and what I'm saying makes sense. And you have no other argument than saying, I'm an English teacher and I have
that wasn't my argument.
A slightly better understanding of the grammatical rules. That's all.
That wasn't my argument. You just brought up that your mother is a pathologist. I didn't bring that up. You did.
Kip Schmidt, I have a master's degree in both linguistics and computer science. Bro, you blow. It's time for you to return to the West and date feminists.
Is this an argument on your behalf?
No, that was this person is from YouTube. He's a viewer. He's watching this right now. His name is Theo, apparently. And yeah, he told you that he has a master's degree in both linguistics and computer science. I guess you can't. Can you see the screen? Can you see this comment in yellow?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the point of bringing it up is. I guess. What does it have to do with my conversation with you?
I mean, bro, you just kind of have a weak, lame personality. I can see why you're probably struggling with women.
I'm struggling. Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I know I've been doing this for a very long time. A lot of my friends, closest friends, are like the classic, original, biggest dating coaches ever of all time, as well as like the new kids that pop up on the scene. I befriend them. I don't know if you know who like RSD Tyler, Owen Cook.
No, I clearly understand that you read the book The Game.
Mm-hmm. And dude, like, you know, your example of humor is like, when they offer me farofa, I say no. Like, that's not funny, dog. Like, that's called dad humor. I guess it makes sense. You are a dad.
Is
You
it
have
dog?
dad humor. Yeah, dog.
Oh, okay.
I guess there's something wrong with me saying dog, apparently.
Yeah,
But
it's
again,
weird
like,
coming from you. It sounds weird.
singing fail. Oh, okay. Let's see this. I'm just gonna watch. All right, so let's bro. It will share audio again. Is it this one? No, it's
This
this
is
one.
going well. This is going well for you.
I mean, I think they're entertained, bro. I mean, you just okay. Like, watch this. Okay, bro. Women don't like self-deprecating humor. That was super. Like, I've embarrassed you. There's a word in German. I don't know how much of a linguistics guy you are, maybe in other languages. For secondhand embarrassment. I don't think we have a word in English for like second, like I feel embarrassed for you, or we just say secondhand embarrassment. Is that the only way to say it?
I think it's you got red bearded.
another
Like, go
solid,
get a hair transplant, you know, like that kind of shit. Like secondhand embarrassment. Yeah. I get it. I've seen your
speaking of hair
profile.
transplants, you're kind of fading at the top there, buddy. Yeah, you got the
But
receding hairline. Why don't you
but
get a
I
hair
would never get a hair transplant.
What an insult, man. I got a surgery that made me look more attractive, and God.
You're more attractive now?
Mm-hmm.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
You should try it, dude.
What were you before? Because you listed yourself as a 6.5.
Oh, we just do that. We always make up a different rating. I don't even post
okay.
on
So
Reels
what actually do you think you are? What do you think your actual number is?
Probably about
here's my hair.
6.5, 7.
You want a close up?
Here's the thing too, bro.
No, what do you think your actual number is?
I said 6.5, 7, somewhere around that. But
Okay.
I don't really care, bro, because I care about character. I care about
you care about character.
I care about having a purpose.
What's your
bro,
purpose?
I mean,
what's your purpose?
Well, one of my main purposes right now is waking up Western men and making them have romance and love.
You exemplify what Western men should become.
Well, let's do the math. Let's zoom out. I live in a
just answer the question. Don't beat around the bush. It's a yes or no. It's a binary question. Think that you are what Western? Hold on. I let you talk without interrupting the whole time.
I'm answering it.
Yeah, you think that Western men should try to become you? Yes or no?
No.
Fantastic. I agree with you.
I think that as someone who lives in a 4-bedroom penthouse in the beach in Brazil, who is famous, get recognized
You're famous?
You're
famous?
Has a good body.
What is your definition of famous?
Athletic physique.
Famous.
People come up to me several times a week. They recognize me. I'm at the gym. I'm at the mall. I'm on the streets. People come up and recognize me.
I didn't know. You know what? I apologize.
It's okay. People send me messages. You've changed my life.
People send you messages.
The States. I started getting a remote income because of you. I went to Colombia. I went to Brazil because of you. I'm happier because of you. You woke me up. I love your message. Keep doing what you're doing. Ignore the haters. You're motivating me. I think I have a message of waking people up.
Women in the United States didn't want me, so I had to move out of the country. That's the message.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's a great message, man. Congratulations.
I thought.
Congratulations.
I thought you said you were nothing special. You were a snowflake in a jar of mayonnaise.
I didn't say I was nothing special.
Okay, what does that analogy mean then? You're a snowflake in a jar of mayonnaise. Does that
I say I blended in looks wise. I didn't stick out aesthetically.
So why did you go to Brazil if you were such a ladies' man in the U.S.?
Because my children live here.
In Brazil?
Yes, in Brazil.
And would you say the dating is better here in Brazil?
Dating is different. I wouldn't say better.
That's fucking dumb, dude. You're so dumb. It's way better here, dude. Are you fucking
Would you-
kidding me?
For what?
How-
For what purpose?
Beauty, femininity, being appreciative.
If that's what you want, everyone wants something different.
Fire stick
You want
living room.
someone subservient. You're a Nate Tater. You're a tater tot.
Casey really trying to prove his worth to a stranger. This is for content. This is for views. This is for entertainment. If you don't like the live, anybody can leave. Online drama does kind of well. I want to start doing more lives. I like doing debates. This is fun for me. This is practice for me. This is going to
Online drama does kind of good, by the way. Well describes actions, good describes nouns. So linguistics person.
Dude, you're just owning me, dude.
Weren't you the one that tried to correct me on grammar?
I guess you don't know what the term irony means because you were being such a grammar Nazi. I was returning the favor and I called out. Here's the thing. If you're going to be a grammar Nazi and then you make a grammatical mistake, you kind of lose all credibility and look like a putz.
What grammatical mistake did I make?
You said for who and not whom.
I didn't.
Bro, it's recorded, dude.
That's my point. So go back and look at it.
Will you, okay, if I message you tomorrow and I could prove that you said.
Message me tomorrow, Mr. Redbeard. Message me tomorrow.
You'll cash at me $100.
Sure.
All right. It's recorded. So that's the irony, bro. I would never call out somebody for making a tiny grammatical error. I mean, I speak for a living, bro.
You did. You were the one that started the grammatical corrections. All right, so not me.
We're gonna have to, if you're gonna be this retarded, we're gonna have to like end it because it's just bad content for me. You started talking about how you're an English teacher first and like all trying to correct
I didn't.
Mistakes. All right. Anything else, bro, about why you're a better catch with the women than I am, or anything else you want to say? We can talk about anything. We'll end it pretty soon here because it's getting late.
Besides your looks, personality, and general nature of a human
what is
being.
It about? What is it about my looks?
Well, I mean, you've already been told. I mean, people aren't putting those things in the comments because they're random. Like your eyes are super close together. You're fucking cringy, dude. I mean, people aren't saying that because someone paid them to do it. It's a natural response from people who see you.
Right. Do you think it maybe has to do with the fact that
no, whatever you're about to say, no.
That they see a fairly normal looking dude stunning on their fucking
You're not fairly normal looking.
Elicits a reaction from them. Well,
you're like you're like a cartoon caveman.
That's fine if that's your opinion, bro.
It's not just my opinion, it's other people's opinion that you brought up many times.
Okay. Well, my demographic of what I care about fucking loves me, bro. I get beautiful women on tap. You haven't seen my socials, bro? So if you know some online kind of weirdly effeminate, cringy dad humor.
Weirdly effeminate?
Yeah, like you have this like weird self-deprecating humor. You lie down on the ground. You have no understanding of female psychology or how female attraction works.
Okay,
yeah, bro. You're very, you have almost kind of like a limp wristy. You're not a very masculine guy.
Really? Because I was in the Marines and I was a crab fisherman in Alaska. What the fuck have you done that's manly?
I don't know. Maybe just change the world for the better, inspire men.
You've changed the world. Men like you make the world better when you leave it.
Damn, that was harsh, bro.
You don't even know who that's quoted by. It's Oscar Wilde. Get a fucking education.
Damn, bro. You got me on all fronts here. So
weird.
I'm ugly, apparently. What else then?
Well, not apparently. No, I mean people besides myself have told you that.
Well, yeah, other losers like you, bro. Other haters.
Oh, so now I'm a loser.
Online haters. Do you know, like when because here's the thing I was saying, right?
You're continuing the content that you said that was boring. So I hope your followers.
No, this is great. This is great, dude. People are donating. People are loving this. again, yeah, dude, like that's just the only thing I have to say is like whenever it's someone who says this dude is ugly, this dude is cringy, I'm glad this dude left, and I click their page, it's never the handsome rich dude who gets girls. It's never. It's the old, balding, effeminate, weird dad whose idea of humor is, I can't walk up a hill. I try to go up a hill and then I get exhausted up the hill because I'm in such bad shape, and nor can I sing, and I don't like farofa. Aren't I funny?
That's
Damn,
you
dude.
nailed it. You nailed it, dude. You
You're
got
out
it.
of
You
touch,
nailed
man.
it. Where's your stand up gonna be?
You're in it, dude. You're on my
Fun.
live. You're in my
So
audience.
here's my proposal to you. I'll come to Recife.
Mhm.
We go out and we see who attracts more women.
We can definitely do that. It'd have to be
Okay,
in Rio
let's
though, because I'd
let's.
have to be in. It'd have to
Okay,
be
I'll
in
go.
Rio.
I'm
Yeah.
a 45-minute flight from Rio, and we'll stream it. We'll videotape it.
Do you mind saying what city you're in?
Belo Horizonte.
Oh, that's right, Belo Horizonte. Sweet, dude. Well,
Yeah, let's do it.
we have it. We have it here documented. Kip, go back to the West and date purple hairs. Yeah, dude. Boomer is big mad. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's old. We're all gonna get old one day. There's nothing wrong with being old, but maybe it's part of a generational thing. Kip, the only one you have changed is your smelly pet. I mean, yeah, dude.
And what kind of comments do you think would happen if we got on my TikTok live? You think they would be in favor of you or me? Honestly,
I mean, dude, anybody who follows you is
that's not the question.
probably kind of a
Like,
weirdo like
don't
you.
divert to insult. Don't divert to insults. If we got on my TikTok live, do you think the comments would be supportive of you or of me?
I mean, I honestly have no idea, bro. I have no idea.
Oh, well, okay. Well, then
I have no idea who
are
follows you.
disingenuous. What
I
do you think?
want to say another thing
Maybe
too.
people that like me, and maybe people that find me attractive, and maybe people that find me funny, and maybe people that find me charismatic. So do you think it's odd that people who are watching your live are supportive of you and not of me? What do you think would
bro,
happen if we did it on mine? So I'll invite you to my live, okay, and we'll see how it goes. Are you willing to do that?
No, absolutely not. I don't get
Oh,
anything.
of course you're not. Of course you're not. You're a fucking coward. You're a fucking cow. You're catering to your audience. It makes sense. Why wouldn't you?
I don't gain anything. Listen, I would never
talk to you unless I was gaining
something from it.
Who's the one with the bigger balls here? I came onto your platform.
The bigger balls here. You have bigger balls, bro. Listen, bro.
I guarantee you I have bigger balls than you. If you want to do that too, we can do that too.
For many reasons.
I've called you out on every platform. I've called you out on every aspect of your personality online. So we'll meet in Rio. You agreed to that.
You know what, dude? Can I talk for a second, please? Is it okay on my own stream if I talk for a second without being interrupted?
Yeah, I've let you talk the entirety of the time.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you for giving me your permission, sir.
Your hairline looks great,
I guess,
by the way. It's so much better than mine. Hold on.
I guess you're still talking, bro. I'm gonna have to kick you out if you keep interrupting me, though. Like on I do need to, but like if you'd like to continue, I do need to be allowed to talk on my own shit without you fucking talking over me. Like a real fucking talk. If you want to continue it, but you're invited to. But you have to let me actually talk.
Real fucking talk, dog. Go ahead.
I'm not looking forward to meeting up with you and whipping our balls out together in the same room. So I'll let you in. I'll concede on that one.
Good.
Now you say good, but you had the idea in the first place, and now you're making it seem like it was my idea. But okay. Funny. And then the other the other thing is I would never associate with you. I would never talk to you. I would never give the time of day unless I was gaining something from it, profiting from it, entertaining my audience from it, practicing my debate skills, dealing with haters from it. You're not worth my time. you're far below me in every metric. You're a weird old cringy dude who is on my YouTube insulting me before I insulted you later. I insulted you later. I insulted you later, but you insulted me first out of nowhere, unprovoked. People who do that have deeper issues. Online haters who find people who are doing better than them. Yeah, like, okay, Fire Stick Living Room. Yeah, I won't pull up on TikTok because I gain nothing from it. If a fucking homeless person challenges me to a debate, I'm not chickening out by not debating the homeless dude. I don't fucking gain anything from it.
Homeless dude?
Well, you're not a homeless dude, but it was an analogy.
Do you remember how this conversation started?
Yeah.
It started respectfully.
But it was kind of boring, bro. And
yeah, because you're a tater. You're a tater tot. And I get that. It's a strategy.
I follow Andrew Tate. You mean that's what I'm saying, a tater tot? Just to clarify.
You idolize Andrew Tate.
Got it. Okay, I never heard that term tater tot before for an Andrew Tate follower.
I actually just made it up. So if it takes off, at least please give credit to me. So anyway, fantastic talking to you.
I do not sound like a chick. Jesus fucking Christ. Kip is winning. Don't kick him. Okay, cool. So, dude, you have some supporters in here. Enigma VSN. Show Kip some love. Why is he?
I thought it started out kind of loving. I gave you some compliments. I told you that I started following
Kip
you.
is above you.
But I give you props. I know I'm old to say that word, but I get the strategy, dude. I get the strategy. So it's hard for me to tell if this is a shtick, or if it's like your real personality. Maybe you'll message me offline and be like, "Hey, debate was kind of cool. Got some follower, whatever. Got some attention."
It's all cool, bro. It's all cool. Just to clarify one thing, if I may.
Of course, it's your life.
Keep in mind, please don't bring up after the fact insults, because we've already talked about that. Unprompted, what made you leave that comment that says, if we went out together, I would definitely get a lot more girls than him?
It was in response to something that you said, or I'll be honest, I can't recall specifically what prompted that response, but it was an honest reaction to something that you said.
Okay. So do you see where I'm coming from then? Like, you even said that there is some positivity, to my message, correct? Like,
no, I didn't say that.
Okay, well, you said you liked it at first. You liked what I stood for, but then slowly
you started.
Okay,
yeah, I said I first started following you because I found some commonality in what you were talking about.
What exactly?
That there was a different culture that was, I don't want to say untapped, but that was unappreciated in South America and in Latin culture.
Okay, so just to clarify, you liked that I was pointing out the fact that women in Latin America are more appreciative than women in the West.
More or less, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think there's a lot of games that are played in Western culture, specifically the United States, that aren't played here. It tends to be more real and more raw. And when I first, the first post that I saw of you, I thought I found some common ground with you.
But then you can't exactly recall, but there were some things. Well, I guess you did kind of say it. Basically me insulting the haters. When a hater says something and I call them a brokey, or I start insulting the haters, that rubbed you the wrong way and prompted you to leave the comment that, oh, well, if we went out together, I would pull more girls than this red beard clown. Basically.
Well, no, that didn't prompt me to leave the comment, because when I started, I continued to follow you. I'm going to be honest here. I don't mean to be insulting, but when it started turning cringy for me, I continued to follow you because I wanted to see the cringe, which is a testament to your strategy that you just talked about, a few minutes ago. It gets, the rage bait and the clicks and all that kind of stuff. So
what was cringy about it?
The objectification of women. Doesn't matter that they're South American, Colombian, Brazilian. When you started doing that, that's not why I'm here. It's not why I married my ex-wife.
Wait, sorry. Can you say it again? I was just say that one more time when I said what?
When I started seeing a lot of objectification.
Oh, saying like her waist is so tiny, her butt's so big.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Not just that, but that was some of it. Yeah.
So if you're, I guess maybe just, even though we're from, you know, different generations, maybe I just grew up differently, which is funny because you're from an older generation. But in my generation, guys had locker room talk. And if we had a chick with big tits, I'd be on my phone like, dude, look at these fucking tits. Like my dick was in between these fucking titties last night. Look at her fucking pussy. Like da 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 da. Like look at these shit. We'd go through our DMs and like, look how hot she is. Look at her. Look at this gorgeous angelic face. We would like show off and objectify women. And I kind of thought that was like just what bros do, what locker room talk is as men. Like we appreciate feminine beauty, but I guess you disagree with that. You find it offensive?
I do disagree with that, and I do find it offensive. Yeah.
You're entitled to your opinion. Okay. All right. So that was the main thing, the objectifying. Anything else?
No, I think the background story, so you understand that, is I grew up an athlete. My father owns an ammunition company, and I grew up in a world of hunting and military. And as I said, I was a crab fisherman in Alaska before that show Deadliest Catch came out. I grew up in a very manly world, but I don't find that kind of talk normal. Some people do. And that was before I had a daughter. So
Jay Pizzle says, Casey is using sign language to Kip. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Not a hater, just calling it down the line. Well, let's fucking find your social media and I'll go. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so there you got a supporter there.
I do. I'm going to compliment. I do find you funny occasionally.
Thanks,
occasionally, don't go crazy. Just occasionally.
I'll just put some other because you can't see these.
Women are attracted to different types of masculine energy, right? If they were all attracted to the same type of masculine energy, we would emulate that masculine energy. So there are people, correcting myself in my English, there are women who are attracted to your type. There are women who are attracted to my type, and there are women who are attracted to extremely effeminate men. You know, they want like a sister relationship with a guy instead of like a masculine. I get it, man. I came on here to have a constructive debate. You know, again, there's a strong possibility this is a personality of yours. It's not necessarily genuine. I don't know you, but I appreciate the dialogue for sure. It's at the very least entertaining for me and occupied, I don't know what, 30, 40 minutes of my time. So I'm not being a hater right now. We went back and forth, and it was entertaining for me. So
that was entertaining, man.
But I will tell you, and if you want to have a private conversation, I've never gotten better looking women in my life than before I moved to Brazil. And I'm happy to send you pictures of women that I've dated in a non-objectifiable way. Just, you know, I know that's weird. I don't know that it's actually possible. Send you pictures.
No,
you know,
we all objectify women, but maybe I do it more, but you do it.
And they objectify us, right? I get it.
Yeah, fact, yeah.
So
the real question is, who's the brokey of the two? Will you log into your bank account live and I'll do this? No, I'm kidding.
Well, I will admit that I made six figures before I moved to before I moved from the United States. I certainly don't do that anymore, but I've done well off my savings, and I wish the economy was better because my investments have not done so well in the past couple of years. But I'm hoping that turns around.
I'll tell you what. I'll give one last closing thought on my end, and then I'll let you have the final word, and then we'll just end it. Sound good?
Yeah, of course.
I believe everything I say. Every content creator has to find a way to play the algorithm game. I think Andrew Tate and Myron people that I definitely look up to do the same thing. I already gave the watermelon analogy. If you say, eat watermelon, please, it'll fill you up, you won't get any views. If you say, you're a fat piece of shit and your wife doesn't even want to fuck you anymore because you don't eat watermelon, that will get better views. It's a business, but it's not inauthentic. It's not a persona. I do believe in objectifying women. I do believe that American women are entitled and masculine and fat and overweight. I do believe that Brazilian women and also Venezuelan are the S tier of women, and they're superior to other types of women. And I do like to destroy my enemies. I don't necessarily take all the elements of like necessarily an Eastern philosophy of like, let everything go and be more chill. Maybe my blood pressure would be lower if I did. Maybe I will change and evolve. But as of now, I do like to eviscerate my enemies. And 99 out of 100 times when a hater has something to say, it's never the happy, fit, healthy person who's got their finances and a beautiful chick. It's also content. It's also entertaining. And if anything, if nothing else, I respect you for having the balls to come on and defend yourself, because it's something that 99% of the other people won't do. Now, you can have the final word.
I appreciate that. I just realized how absolutely red I look compared to my arms. That's a little embarrassing. But no, I will say I'll continue to follow you. I disagree with your point of view on many things, but that's what's great about these platforms and social media and, you know, free speech in general. The ability to hear other people's perspectives and talk about them and gain a different knowledge based on different cultures. And you and I have a similar experience in that we both moved to Brazil and we're both from the United States. We have different perspectives on that and different ways to approach it. But that's great. I love these kind of conversations. And you know, I'm older. I intentionally put an ER on the end of that because I'm not ready to say I'm old. But I feel like I probably am, you know, especially to probably most of your viewers. But maybe, you know, perspectives change with age, and maybe you'll feel differently when you get to my age. Maybe you won't. Maybe it'll go a different way. But I appreciate the conversation, and I think one thing that we can find common ground on is that there's a lot of games and weird shit going on in the United States when it comes to like dating and, you know, romantic connections and all this kind of not superficial, but superfluous stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Things that don't really matter in the end, that doesn't really exist here. I mean, you definitely find that stuff here. You know, people are purely focused on the dollar and finding someone that can help them progress in life. But the majority of women in South America are beautiful inside and out.
I'll never argue with that, brother.
I think we can agree with that.
I'll never argue with that, brother. Appreciate having you. I'm just going to close it out with my audience, and maybe we'll hop on again sometime.
Yeah. Have a good night, man. Good to talk to you.
Brother. So that was Kip. It's Big Kippa, by the way. Someone asked for his socials. I put it in the chat. Just Big KIPPA, Big Kippa. If there's a last minute super chat or question, either from Instagram or YouTube, obviously super chat gets the preference. What did you guys think of that, by the way? Let me know your thought. Was I too harsh? Do you guys like me more, hate me more? Was that entertaining? Was that boring? Do you guys want to see more debate? Should I challenge more haters? Just let me know what you thought about that. I'm just kind of curious because as a, you know, content creator, I want to know what you guys like and don't like. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like drama generally does well. And again, that's how Myron made his money. Thank God, and his fame. Now, Myron, like I said before, he made his fame from, you know, fights and debates and kicking out hoes. And then he used his fame to do good things with it, to then teach men to be better. But he did not get famous from teaching men. Make no mistake, the order of things, you know, matters. So I thought maybe I would do this. Good chat. It was entertaining. Kripa was a straight shooter, schooled me. Okay, I just got schooled. That was a good AMOD example, but not so smooth. By whose part? By my part or his? Kip was cringe, but was entertaining. More, you definitely need more practice. Entertaining, you gotta learn how to roast without random insults. Otherwise, the end was respectful. Okay. Also, for viewers in the chat, I know learning Spanish. Okay, yeah. Casey was cool, calm, and collected. Okay. We need to talk. I got a good love for you, talking about ins and outs of dating and finding solutions for modern men to navigate the new world. Yeah, I mean, hit me up on IG. Anybody's welcome to hit me up on IG. Wish more people did lives like these. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, I'm always down to combat the haters. And again, I don't think I'm the best debater by far. This is like a practice for me. I think I'm okay at it. I think I'm pretty good. I think I'm like, 10, I think like 10 times better than the average person off the street, 1,000 times. But like, as far as like influencers go, content creators, yeah, my debate skills are very average, and definitely a lot of room to improve from a debate standpoint. I mean, I guess my goal would be to get to like a, Andrew Wilson level, something like that. Ben Shapiro, or, whoever is a good debate. Who's the best debater? Myron. It'll probably take me years to get up to that level, but good debate. I think Kip low-key actually agree with you mostly. He just can't say it online. Yeah. I do think your new marketing is working. I know, because I keep thinking, Casey, don't tell these people to come to mess up. But yeah. The thing is, Instagram goes through like love and hate relationships. And we've literally changed nothing. I've gained, I mean, I'm getting about 2,000 followers a day. Sometimes I'll check my phone and I gained like 5 or 6 followers per minute. Like in 1 minute, I gained 5 followers per minute. It's fucking insane. And we've changed nothing. We repost. You guys probably noticed this. We repost, most of the same reels. We chop them up differently. We may add a new twist onto them, but we basically repost the reels. And like, there's always like, 10 to 15% new girls that trickle in. And the algorithm just woke up one day and said, the same thing you've been doing with no change, we're going to all of a sudden reward that. I'm going to come out with more courses. Like I said, I'm going to do that partnership deal. I'm going to really vet this guy. I'm not just going to send you guys to some fucking the first schmuck that comes along. I'm going to really dig down the rabbit hole and really find the best way that, because some of you guys are already financially set, so that's fine. But for those who are not, I'm going to partner with somebody so we can teach y'all fucking brokies, you fucking scum, amoeba, subhuman. No, you guys are fine. I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're going to teach you guys how to, get financial freedom and move overseas, because it sucks being broke, dude. I've been broke before. It really sucks. I'm no better or different than any of you guys. And then also I'm going to come out with some different courses, some products that are more like low ticket and medium ticket. To work with me, and the current program we have is obviously very high ticket. That's why most of you haven't worked with me. But I'm going to come out with some more photography courses, just like good stuff, passport bro guides, travel guides. No, I'm not getting Brazilian followers, nor do I want them, because countries tend to cancel you, bro. Countries are very sensitive. Dude, I don't need to come to Floripa for you to learn from me, bro. Message me, yeah, Magoo's Dark. Message me on IG. You can. This is the beauty of the internet, my friend. Anything I know, I can teach you. I watched for a while, but finally followed last week. That's cool. Andrew Wilson by far, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, boys. I'm going to close it out. We're about 3 hours in. Thanks for being here. Cheers, boys.